Welcome to the world infamous Average Joe Podcast, a conversation between two dummies
Shut
with
up,
big
Colin.
balls. Conspiracy theories, drugs, food, the new world order, whores, terrorism, sports,
Another dad
money,
joke,
beer,
Colin.
and much
Jesus.
more. They have lived it all, but don't believe anything you hear here. Oh, and it's live, so there's no room for fuck-ups or errors.
You damn snowflakes! The world infamous. Jeez, Colin, you can't even say the name? Really?
See, that's why everybody hates you, Colin.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. What's up, people? This is Bonjo. This is a new year, a new me. Yes, I may be hungover, but it doesn't stop me from drinking my Don David. You know, my Mr. Melbeck. Hello, Colin, are you there? There you are. How you doing, man?
Good, man.
I'm dressed like I do all the drugs in the world, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's
Very,
my vibe
very,
now.
very sex patty-ish.
Yeah, well, six packs don't wear that. They try to blend in. I try to stand out because I want to be different, you know?
Yeah. Oh, buddy. So how was your New Year's Eve?
Pretty good. We had some cabrito, which is baby lamb. We had some chicken. I forget what the name is, but it's like chicken wrapped in cheese, and they cook it in this plastic foil kind of deal.
Plastic foil.
Yeah. Plastic foil, yeah. It's like this plastic. They cook it in, but it doesn't melt. It's weird. Happy New Year's, my man.
Buddy.
Yeah, and we had me, him, and Muff Saipo, me, Stupid Tourist, and Muff Saipo, had a nice where are we now year talk, I guess, last night. Video chat, which was, everybody was drunk, you know. So it didn't go on. It just was a mess, probably, but you know how it is.
Yeah. I was on Goofon's show. Goofon, he's a UFO researcher, and I was on his show last night for a little bit, and it was pretty good.
Yeah. Happy New Year's, boys. Happy New Year's, Bum Tickler.
Happy New Year, buddy. Yeah, my video quality sucks, eh?
Yeah, man. Man. New Year's was a little bit different. I want to tell everybody this. So, as a kid, I always used to watch like Home Alone, and I see all these people go on Christmas vacations in the summer. So they always spend it in the summer, like a hot environment, you know, hot climate. And right. I was like, so this is my first year doing that. So I was like, oh, this is sweet, right? And then when it happened, I was like, it's just not the same. Being a Christmas guy, it's just like, it doesn't even feel like Christmas, you know? I'm like, you guys, so I told Mickey, I said, you guys have never experienced like what a Christmas miracle is when the snow comes down, you know? It's like, so it's like, it was hyped up, man. The movies make that shit hype, you know?
Yeah, what a pain in the ass the snow is 2 weeks later.
Yeah, and I was just like, damn, nobody knows what a Christmas miracle is. They only know what a New Year's Christmas miracle is when it snows on you, eh? That's it. Dude, man. Yeah, but like, because you know how when New Year's comes around, they have all this, resolution, I'm going to do better than last year, you know, all that shit, right? But I took a little chance to look back. Just not really look back, but like just kind of like look through my videos, my thumbnails. Right. And I was like, Jesus, man, I did quite a bit. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not, a lot of work. I mean, yeah, you know?
A lot of work, yeah.
Yeah, I had a kid, was in Croatia, seen a lot of shit, been like, so I don't know. I had a pretty good year. A lot of people may have had bad years, but this was probably the best year of my life, I'd say. Obviously, I had a kid. Me and Mickey kind of get married. Well, not married, but like engaged, I guess, because we still haven't got the paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Oh, no way.
Damn. Word up, tourist. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah, I love a good old Christmas miracle, man. When it's like all just freezing cold out there and it's just pavement and you wake up, you're like, oh my God. And you go run and do snow angels, you know? You don't like that shit? You know?
Dude, I've been doing that since early November.
You know, like, shit, there's snow, motherfucker. And then the next day on Boxing Day, you're like, God damn, it snowed. I hate this.
Yeah, when you slide into a pole.
Hey, Bum Tickler, I want to tell you, I've been watching your stuff. You guys are hilarious, man. The comments are hilarious. I'm not going to lie. At first, I was like, who the fuck is talking like this? And then you kind of just see that they just say anything to get under your skin. And then as soon as they get under your skin, everybody attacks you, you know? It's pretty funny.
As soon as you show a sign of weakness, they attack.
Yeah. I was just like, who the fuck is these guys?
Yeah, man. So I don't know. I guess I had a pretty good year. I mean,
yeah.
not financially, but definitely learned a lot of things. You know, like on the show and stuff. It is great. It's awesome. First time really profiling and putting out my music and shit for people to listen to. You know, and I haven't really got any negative on it yet.
And I'd like to take credit for all that. No, I'm joking.
Well, you can take credit for some of it.
No,
that isn't released yet. Yeah, I know.
I said all of it.
I know, but I'm saying you basically, you could take credit for some of it. Yeah, you could. No, I mean, let me think about it, because you did, like, you know, influence the shit out of me to do it. And you bug me every day. Like, is the song done yet?
I'm a bro.
Yet? You know, like,
dude. Yeah, I've been telling everybody, this song, we're coming up with a song. And then this guy, you know? They're like, wait, where's that song you've been talking about? I'm like, well, it got lost in the mail with my Christmas gifts.
I still haven't received your package yet.
Yeah, I know. I got to tell my mom that, remind her to send it. She probably didn't send it because it doesn't take 3 weeks to get there from the outfit. What is that? Is that Bud Light? Jesus, Colin.
Bud Light.
Jeez, eh? It's a New Year's Day. New you, huh? New year, new you.
Yeah, my New Year's resolution is to fucking get drunk every day.
I feel like a big time bro in this, man. The shorts match, actually. Hey, boys and girls, look at this. I want to show you guys this.
Nice boo.
The shorts match, you know?
Yeah.
I love this. At first, I was like this because I always wanted to wear one of these, eh? But I was like, I don't have the balls to walk out in public like that. And it's just easy. The Bumbo Show, let's spook. The dad shirt energy we love to see. Yeah, hey, we're on vacation, family. Let's go to the water park.
Thanks, Bum Tickler, by the way, for that comment.
Yeah, Colin's the man. The curtains match the drapes, baby. Yeah, you know that. You look Colombian. Dude, I look like I do all the Colombian. I love it, though, man. That's what I want. I want everybody to come up to me and be like, hey, you got any of that cha-cha-cha?
Cheers,
man.
Cheers.
You can smell the wood barrel. Oh, yes.
Yeah. You can smell the can.
Let's spook Colombian, but you in Paris, France, baby. Yeah. Oh, you see that, eh? I'm right beside the Eiffel Tower. I got a view out my window today.
Yeah. Is that the picture? No, it's not the picture.
What's the picture?
Like, if you went down, would you see two guys standing there looking at the Eiffel Tower?
Oh, yeah. I know you're talking about. Yo, I'm gonna actually. Yeah, I'm gonna actually release that as a fan mail video one time. I'm gonna wrap it up and I'm gonna send it to and say it's fan mail. So, because I really want to show it, but I can't show it. You know.
No, it's not just the picture itself.
Yeah.
It's the story behind the picture.
Yeah, the story behind the picture. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna have a little letter and say this is the story behind it.
It's just like, wow, that's so ironic.
Yeah, it's so sad at the same time. But hey, if you're an artist, man, shut up and art. You know. Don't cry, man. Baby, you got art right now.
You got to go through everything you believe in to do this picture.
Yeah, if you're an artist, prove it. You know, don't be a poser, man. Damn.
Show some repression.
Yeah, it's just like, come on, guys. You know, I'm an artist. I'm gonna show some art. No, I mean, she barely had talent too. I had a lot of criticism about it because I paid a pretty dollar for it. I was like, dude, my hand looks like a freaking N64 paddle, like a controller. I'm like, why the hell does it look like that? You know, paid $300 for that banger, but it's a beautiful one.
It's not a bad picture, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. It was supposed to be funnier, but she made it a little bit more symmetric, anti-symmetric. I'm giving away too much now. Eh? Yeah.
That's my fault. I started it.
Yeah, but it's funny. Oh, I love that, man. I can't wait to go home to that baby. Oh, man. This year, I've been thinking about, this is for the spook, how good of a dad I am and how much I love Croatia. You know? Oh, I can't wait. I'm going to send, you know how many pictures I'm going to send the spook of me being a dad in Croatia? I told him, that's where the best dads are. Believe it or not. Daddy. Yeah. The spooky.
Didn't you write a song called The Croatian Daddy?
Yeah, Croatian Dad. And I hate Croatia and dad so goddamn much.
That's okay.
The spook.
I'm not going to tell you about the conversation him and I
had. I'm big into Albanian moms. Albanians. Black vampires. Interview with the vampire. Damn.
Oh my God.
I like Mr. Bum Tickler's suit in that picture, eh? He looks like a real bum tickler.
Oh yeah.
He's nice, huh?
Yeah,
beautiful looking man.
Suits are all nice all the time. Like,
yeah, man.
I wear a suit. Sometimes I wear a suit to take a really good shit.
Yeah, well, I get it. I get it. Does 1,000% not look like that? You gotta watch his lives. He looks like that. He walks around in that suit every day. Oh, Jamar's here?
I didn't see him.
I didn't see him either. Where's Jamar?
I'll find him.
My dad called me Donald Trump in that pic. Yeah, dude, you look like everybody down here. They all got that half white, half black hair. Is that what it is?
What's that mean? Seriously, what does that mean?
You know, it's kind of curly. It's curly just at the tips. You know what I mean? You got that mulatto haircut going on. I like that. Beautiful.
Oh
Let's do comments I can't see. He on Twitch? Yeah, he's on Twitch, big brother.
Twitcherino.
Oh, we got Fap Win. What's
Fap
up,
Win.
guys? Just let any celebrity elites watching. I'm available to be sex trafficked. Oh, thank God.
All right. Here, let me write that down.
Well,
I'm gonna write that down.
Well, I got Tom Hanks on speed dial. Actually, he'd be interested.
Fap Win 1 3 6.
What?
Okay.
Oh shit! I smell a window.
Oh my God!
Open. Yes.
Oh my God!
You got young creeper. Oh shit!
Oh, in the house. Where were you last time, man? That was
where the hell are you?
The last one was awesome, and you should have been in here because it was all about
you
stuff. Well, not him per se.
Yeah, pretty much. It's about his lifestyle.
Yeah.
Mr. Bum Tickler looks like his grandpa has World War II memorabilia in his closet. Yes, young.
Isn't that Welch the racist? What was his name?
Yeah, we can't have everybody with the World War II.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, World War II memorabilia. I mean, some guys just come on here and flash it off. Yeah, dude. Oh man, I should actually message my my teacher. Eh, I'm gonna actually carry the convo a little bit, Colin. Gonna message.
He's got a message. Yeah, Mr. Kevin McLean, who's actually a pretty good musician himself, and he actually the only video I seen of him was him doing the Beastie Boys, which was a really good rendition of it. But yeah, man, Happy New Year's, young creeper, man. Shit, where were you? Where were you the last week, man? It was pretty cool. We had a pretty good show.
We had a pretty good vibe.
Yeah, it was a pretty good vibe, man. Forget this musician talk. We want young creeper. The spook. Okay.
Fresh cup. Thanks, buddy. I'm just trying to get you in my window, bro. That's it. Just come over, man.
He was making French fries and the fucking the grease went all over his hair and he didn't have time to take a shower, so he just slicked it back.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I just use my deodorant. You do that? If you don't have any gel, just use deodorant? No, you don't do that?
That's where I at.
Ones are more like Bump Joe. No, Bump Joe, because I like my little bumps. Like, oh, but hey, I was probably high somewhere. Oh, that's beautiful, man. You were just
Oh, that's good. Well, as long as you had
walking
something
on
to
the
do.
stars, baby. Hey, getting them stars, baby.
Grease lightning.
Oh, dude, I'm out here. Oh God, no, Bonjo, no. Oh, he doesn't want to creep in my window. Good man, eh? I feel left out, kind of, but whatever. I ain't creep. Bumcho, Bonjo. Oh
Bonjo.
man. Oh
Uh-oh.
shit. What's up?
We have a dude
Hey,
in the
dude.
green room. Go ahead. Put
I'm
him
having
on.
a tough time hearing you.
All right, what's up? Can you hear?
What?
Oh, you need a.
You need
I think you
headphones.
need to get headphones.
Okay, I'll try and find those headphones.
All right.
Right on,
Yeah,
man.
this
That's
guy's
Yeah,
Kevin.
sorry.
All right.
That's
This
that's
guy's
Kevin
Kevin
McLean right
McLean.
Holy
Yeah. he's an old teacher of
Oh,
mine.
they're out in the car. Can you hang on a second, Joe?
Yeah. I'll take you off.
I'm gonna
and
run
then-
into the car and grab my.
All right. I'll get him off a little bit. Yeah, he probably never done this before. Like, oh great, another dad on the show. Dad gang.
You know, you could always
Hey.
pop on, Spook, you know?
No, man, he's not a dad. He's not welcomed here.
Well, I mean, he's my son. He's welcome.
He's a dadist. You can't be a dadist around here, boy. Them years are long gone. Jamar, the dadcast.
I need a fucking animal mask. Oh my god, sorry. That was beer burping up there.
Do he teach physics? Because I want to know how I get those small A's. When this guy. Oh man.
I'm the guy you want to learn physics from, bud.
Yeah, he knows all about toilets and physics.
Physical toilets.
Yeah, this guy is a dumper for sure.
Oh, bud.
Real life dumper. No, but yeah. So wait, physics or physics? Psychics or physics?
I don't know.
Oh, psychics. Yeah.
I wrote my thesis.
You good now?
I'm great, Joe.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How about yourself? Congratulations on your baby.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, we're doing pretty good out here in Argentina.
That's awesome. Whereabouts are you living?
I live in Croatia, but here I'm living in Cordoba.
Argentina.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
Argentina right now, and then Croatia soon, and then
Wow,
that's
good
it.
for you, Joe. All over the place.
Yeah, trying to see the world, you know.
Good for
Hey.
you, buddy. Good for.
I don't know if you remember this, but I remember seeing you at the Lazy Flamingo. And,
Wow, that's a
and-
long time ago, isn't it?
and
Can on that note, before you tell the story, and I'd like to hear it, I got to ask you this: how old are you now, Joe?
I'm 37. So
Oh.
it's probably it's 2002 probably this year. 2002,
37. It's just totally dating me now. How old I feel.
Do you still
Holy
teach?
Yeah, I still teach. I only got
At
5 years to go.
Oh,
And I can
Delta's
retire.
closed. Yeah.
Delta's closed. Yeah, it's too
Yeah.
bad.
Are you at the super school or whatever?
No, I'm at Nora Henderson,
Yeah.
which is
Man.
the old
I never heard
Barton.
Oh,
It's
I
the
was like,
old
I never
Barton,
heard of
and they
that.
changed.
On the mountain.
Yeah, it's new. It's a brand new school.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. You because you're good friends with that band. What's that band called? Paralyzer. They sing the song Paralyzer.
Oh, Finger
Finger
11.
11.
Yeah, Finger 11. Yeah, and they were at Lazy Flamingo, and you bought me and my friends shots because I was like a couple years after I was done high school, and
Right.
these guys were like, I didn't know they were like who they were at the time, right? Because I wasn't into like rock and roll like that or whatever you want to call their genre. And he gets on stage, and I don't know if you remember this, and he killed the drums, and he like broke all the drum set. Do you remember the drummer for that band?
I do. Yes. I do.
He's a wild man, that guy. I always
He's a
remember that.
pretty wild guy for sure.
Yeah.
I watched.
I
I watched them turn into Rainbow Butt Monkeys to Finger 11, and
Did you?
yeah, I used to jam in the same places they did and everything. So it was.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, from Burlington, right? So,
Yeah.
just across the water. So yeah, I used to. I forget the guy's name, but he was a bass player, and he was
Sean.
Yeah, that guy. But what a talent!
Yeah.
Not like crazy like that way, but like when he's on stage, he's just like, you can't even, you throw a rock at him, it just bounce off me. He wouldn't even care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yeah,
we used to jam a lot, him and I.
Well, speaking of crazy, so Rich, the drummer, who's a good friend of mine, and he's now lives in the States with his new wife, and they have a new baby, probably about the exact same age as yours, Joe, like roughly born around the same time. But so he used to live at my house, and while he was breaking up with his first wife, and so then he calls me one day and he says, "I left a guitar at your house. I'll show it to you in a minute because it's a beautiful guitar." And it's Adam Gontier from 3 Days Grace. It was his old guitar. And I left it. Can I come and get it? And I said, "What happened to your other guitar?" Like, he had a Gibson guitar that he used to play. And he goes, "Well, I smashed it. I wanted to see what it was like to smash a guitar." I go, "Well, then you're not getting this one back." I go, "That's ridiculous. You smashed a Gibson guitar?"
Yeah, no,
you're crazy. So this is the guitar right here that what used to be Adam's, and it's a Martin. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful guitar. It plays so great. And he's never getting it back.
I bought a Martin, the OM one, the John Mayer one. I don't know if you know. Yeah. I bought that one. That was my first guitar because I had lots of money at the time, and so I bought that guitar. Never played a guitar in my life, and then I ended up giving it away.
You gave it away?
Yeah, I wasn't good at it. Yeah, I gave it away to somebody. Because he's good at guitar. He's one of my friends. So I'm like, you can have it. Okay, well, at least you didn't just give it to some bum on the street. It wasn't cheap, I'll tell you that. I bought it at the store up on the mountain. What's that? Pongetti, maybe? Pongetti, yeah. I bought it there, and they had it there, and it was like more than $5,000, I think. And I bet. Yeah, Martins are not cheap guitars. And because I used to like collecting those guitars. I used to like collecting them because I just had I was making good money, so I was just like, I like collecting stuff, and I literally thought like, oh, I can be a guitar player.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, mine's a Taylor.
Yeah, he plays guitar. Nice. He's pretty good at music too.
Plug in and everything.
And what I'm so sorry, Colin. I can't quite read the name.
Colin Clark.
Colin Clark. Sorry, Colin. I couldn't quite read your name there.
That's okay. But I got that. Good, man. I got a Fender bass over here. I got drum. I got everything.
Yeah, he has tons. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Are you still?
And where are you living right now, Clark?
I live in a small town called Stayner, outside of
Stayner.
Yeah.
Yeah, up by Collingwood. I've driven through Stayner.
Yeah, you have to.
Once. Yeah.
If you're going to the beach or you're going to Collingwood, you got to drive through Stayner.
Yeah. I have a cottage in Southampton, which is just on the other side of.
Yeah, just go up the hill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Up 194. Yeah.
How is being a teacher nowadays? Is it different than 20 years
ago? Joe, it sucks.
Yeah,
it sucks. And it has nothing to do with the kids. Like a lot of teachers will say it has, like the kids are getting to. I love the kids, right? I'm gonna miss. I mean, I will say they're a lot different than when you were around. You guys, your generation, your generation still had, the interest in wanting to learn something without just touching your phone and getting the answers. You know what I mean? Like, but teaching it's gotten so far removed from that. It's now in it's run like a business, and so it's the administrative aspects of it. Are you drinking wine, Joe? I love it if you are.
Yeah.
There you go. Good for you.
I'm drinking a nice Malbec from Argentina.
Nice. The bullshit that goes on with the bureaucracy of the powers that be sucks now. It really does suck.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It seems like people aren't learning as much as before. They just did a stat test, and it's the same as Argentina. They did a stat test. I mean, I don't know what they call it nowadays. They probably have a different name for it. But it's like where all the big countries do a test to see how kids are learning. And Argentina used to be very good at school. Now they're the worst. They graded the worst out of 38 countries. So it's like because nobody learns anymore, especially with the pandemic. Teaching over the phone and video has to be impossible. Has to be.
Well, let me tell you how hard it is. I'm going to tell you a story that I've not told anybody, but I'm going to tell you. And it kind of got me a little bit in trouble in teaching. But it was a story that I told to many kids at Delta. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So then I got back after my stroke, and I think, I think things are, normal. I happened to tell this story, and it was online. I told the story, and a parent heard the story, and now that was at Ancaster. So to quickly run you through my story was I come back after my stroke, and I get sent to Ancaster I've taught my whole career at Scott Park and at Delta.
Yeah.
And then I get sent to Ancaster to teach. So, and it's online.
Yeah.
So I got, So I don't even know, I'm teaching a class. I have no idea if anyone's out there, right? Like, I don't know if I'm just talking to a blank screen. Yeah. And so, no one's responding to that kind of thing. So this one kid, he starts playing a little guitar, and I'm like, oh, I play guitar. And so we start talking a little bit about the guitar. And I tell him that when you do attendance from now on, I don't want to hear you say I'm here. I want to hear you playing your riff on the guitar. And then that sparked two other kids to talk about, they started talking. It was the first time I ever had anyone talking, right? And so they started talking about the movie The Dirt. Yeah. The Motley Crue movie. Yeah. So I get to tell them my story that I told people at kids at Delta, and that was my Motley Crue story. That when I was backstage and I was partying with Motley Crue, and this kerfuffle kind of was happening over in the corner, and this guy beside me says, "Hey, do you know what's going on?" And I turn to him, and it's Tommy Lee, and he's got a video camera and a marshmallow. And I go, no. And he goes, oh, watch this. It's cool. And the guy from the opening band lit his junk on fire, and he roasted a marshmallow over his junk. Oh, damn. And that's all so I told him the story, right? And that's how I told him the story. And now I'm in a new school.
Yeah. You see, that's why.
I'm trying to get a little street cred from these kids, right? I finally got 3 kids talking about stuff, right? I finally got them talking about something. I know they're there at least.
Yeah, and
I'm not going to tell them that story.
Yeah, that's what I remember from Delta. I only remember the teachers like you. I don't know if you remember Mr. Henry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Mr. Henry.
Absolutely.
And you guys were and one of the Mr. Morgans, and Mr. Welsh was pretty cool too. You guys would always try to be a little bit more not so teachery. You know what I mean? Straightforward being a teacher.
And thank you for saying that, because I think that's what you're like, kids like you, or not kids, you're an adult now, but you know what I mean? Students get that more, right? Yeah. They get that a little better. And I get it that there's some teachers that don't do that. That's fine. You can get that from those teachers.
Yeah.
That is the nice thing about teaching, is the variety of who people are and what they are as teachers. Yeah. There was kids that hated me, but they liked another teacher. Do you know what I mean? Because that other teacher was so different from who I was.
Yeah. That's why, I remember there's a teacher from Churchill called Mr. Bilby, and we played football, soccer with him for years after high school. And he wasn't my teacher. I went to Delta, so it's
right.
Yeah, so it's with him, it was because it's my friend's teacher. But when you talk to the teachers, they're all right, But some teachers make it impossible to talk to. You can't even talk to them, It's great. It's great.
Well, and those are the teachers that are going to change the teaching method in Ontario. I mean, it already is, unfortunately, with technology, and that's so changed it. And I'm just so happy to get out when I can get out.
Do you think being a high school teacher, they might cut it short eventually? So it's you kind of just learn by yourself and online and skip a couple of years?
Well, I do. I mean, the test was this year with the COVID, right? Let's run this test, let's see how it's going to work with this online stuff and that. And I mean, I think that there's signs of it working in areas like Westmount, the high school in Hamilton, Westmount High School. They were already doing this for the last 6 or 7, almost 10 years, I want to say, where you went one day a week to one class a week, and then you were assigned work, and then you did it at home, and then the teacher has one office hours time where you can go and ask questions, and that was it.
Mike Fink just said you were the best teacher in Delta.
Oh, thank you, Mike.
Yeah, it's
I
crazy,
remember you, Mike.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy, how time flies by, and like we always wonder, like as students, I guess, and seeing teachers, like we have the impressionable teachers, but like the students, do you ever remember kids for years and be like, I wonder what they're doing or something?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember, like I remember Mike. I remember you. Like I was so glad that you I mean, we knew each other through Facebook and that kind of stuff still, right? But that was the easy way to get in touch with me, right? And to do this. And
I remember Kevin McLean band too. Whatever happened? Is it going still or?
Well, it was I had my stroke and that sort of put me on the bench for a while, and I was able to I played twice since my stroke just to see sort of if I could do it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, like I was able to get through them now, and I will talk about that in a second with my brain injury with my brain doctor, because he had said, and I'm sorry, Colin, I'm talking too much, aren't I? You're not getting
No. This is how it is.
Okay, I don't know. I've never done this before.
No, but I do want to tell you.
I've only been talking to my girlfriend and my
about
kid for the last 6 months, 8 months, 9 months, a year or so.
I just wanted there's a guy I follow on YouTube. His name is Mr. Sealy P. Paul Seal, right?
His name's what? Sorry.
Mr. Sealy P. Paul Seal. His name. He was a teacher in the UK for a long time. He was a postman, and then he became a teacher, and then he got out of teaching to do his YouTube channel. He's a video game analyzer or whatever, but he does a great job at it. And he said that the politics behind teaching is what made him lose interest. It wasn't so much the kids and everything, but it was just like they weren't teaching. In his mind, they weren't teaching the kids the way they should be taught.
Yeah.
The curriculum was not about future learning, like what's going to happen after school and all that stuff. And it kind of bothered him, right? So it's not a very, very, very good job. Some people, it's a thankless job, I think. And I didn't do very well in school, but that was because of my own thing. Me not paying attention, me being, I was diagnosed ADHD or whatever, but I used that as an excuse instead of, have a little difficulty. But I've overcome that, and I've re-educated myself to become who I am today. And I honestly, if it wasn't from some of the teachers that influenced me, that actually, you're just lazy, you know what I mean? The guys that told me the truth, I don't think I would have done that. I don't think I would have had that inspiration to do that.
You're right, Colin, and that's a good point. But those teachers that say, "Hey, you're lazy right now," would get fired from teaching nowadays.
Oh, for sure they would. You can't tell
anybody. And that is a problem. Like, that sucks that you can't tell a kid that. That's just being lazy. You're being lazy. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying, like, tell a kid that you're being lazy. Just do it.
Do you think all the kids kind of have a little bit of ADHD in them? Like, I remember I used to just do my work fast and then bug everybody else and talk to everybody. I don't know how many times you used to tell me to shut up,
That's disruptive.
Oh yeah, there's a few, I'm sure. Yeah, there was a few, Joey. But I also I liked who you were, which is why we're hanging, we can talk now and that kind of thing. So, like, I saw past you being a jerk right there, in that moment. Because you were bored, or because you had nothing to do, or that kind of thing, right? Like, so I understood that, right? And a lot of those teachers that don't get that these days, administration likes them, but the kids, it's just not going to work for the kids. And I've often said this in the last year, as a teacher, who is our clientele? Who is my clientele? The students. Yeah. So I'm not out there to please my administration. I'm out there to make my students comfortable.
Yeah.
That's my job.
That's the thing I never understood, that you always have to impress like the higher ups as a teacher. Like, why not? Yeah, I don't get why you don't try to get if you get better grades for the kids, wouldn't it make the school better? Give it a better name, or no? Well,
and that that does happen behind closed doors. I probably that. They will always, like they'll constantly, come on and say, hey, Steve, whatever, like Joe Blow, they only got a 51. Is there any way you can give them a 61? Like move their markup so I've said to an administrator, a principal, you can give them whatever mark you want, but don't sign my name on it. Like you can give them 100 for all I care, but don't sign the name. I don't want this kid going out in the world pointing to, like I teach geography, Colin. So pointing to this way, thinking that's north, and then saying, "Oh, Mr. McLean taught me geography," because then they're gonna, like, "No, I look like an idiot."
Yeah.
So you can give them 100% if you want, but don't sign my name on it. Like, don't put my name on it.
I love geography.
It's wild, man. It's wild. Yeah. I remember Delta had like the worst name for everything.
I remember, going from Scott Park to Delta, and that worry, because we had heard that too, like the staff had heard that, and like watch out for Delta kind of thing. And
I went from Bishop Ryan to all the way to Ainsleywood.
And who was that said that?
Colin. Me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see your mouth move, Colin.
Sorry. I was like, but yeah, honestly, it was because I was lazy. I mean, the teacher could tell a story in the class, right? And they can watch me, and I'm fiddling around. I'm bugging this guy, and then once they ask me questions about the story, I know the whole story, right?
Right.
If I hear it, I know it. You know what I mean? If I read it, I know it. Like I got a good memory. We'll just say.
Yeah.
What does Bunjo say? I regurgitate knowledge.
No, you're a parent. You know how to repeat things.
Yeah, exactly. Probably.
You're a parent, Colin?
No,
I'm not stupid. A parent like a bird.
a parent. I thought you said a parent.
Okay. No. I wasn't. You know what? I couldn't bring a child into this world being the way I was.
You know what? You make an excellent point, Colin. I remember my ex-wife and I, before we had my daughter, discussing. She's 13 now, so it was 14, 15 years ago from now. I don't know what do the math. But we were like, should we really bring a kid into this world? Like, I don't want to see my kid having to run down the street and kill the neighbor for food, because they're, anarchy's broken out. I don't want her to have to go through that.
That's like a big reason why, not a total reason why I moved away from Hamilton or Canada, to be exact, is because I just see life there is getting crazy. You know what I mean? It's hard.
That's why I moved out.
Yeah. Well, it is getting crazy in Hamilton. It's for homes. Right. Have you heard about the home craziness in home sales now in Hamilton?
$1 million.
It's like
box.
No one, you can't, unless you have $1 million in your bank, you cannot buy a home in Hamilton.
I remember. So in like 2000, maybe 2010, 11, I was going to buy a house on Wellington for, what was it? $85,000. And then, I was like, so I was going to, but then me and my girlfriend at the time, my ex-girlfriend we're living in a house. We bought a house together there. And then I didn't end up buying that house as a rental property. So 5 years, fast forward 5 years, I was like, oh, I'm going to go buy a house over there now and rent it out. It was like triple the price. And I was like, geez, man. And now, like, my house, the reason why we got to move to Croatia, because we lived on Dunsmuir. And right by Delta, right by Kitman Variety, right beside it actually. And Karishma Patel, I don't know if you remember her, but Karishma Patel has her parents on that variety store, and I lived right beside them. So we sold our house for $500,000, and it's like, it's not big or nothing, and we could buy a house in Croatia with 5 apartments on the beach on an island for half the price.
Wow, really?
In 97. I was going to buy a house on the mountain just off of Fennel, and $57,000 for the house.
It's crazy. Yeah.
You know
I mean? I bought this house, which is just on Upper Wentworth, right by Fennel. I went 24 years ago for $110,000, and now it's close to $1 million.
Oh, easy.
Yeah. Like to buy your second house, don't you need like something crazy, like 25% down, or like more 50% down, or something crazy?
It's something crazy. Well, I'm lucky that like in June, when my I'm going to pay off the house.
Oh,
So then I'll be mortgage free, and then I can, whatever, look to, buy in other places or whatever, whatever goes from there. But I'll be mortgage free from that.
Buy a cottage up north.
I have a cottage already up north.
Oh yeah, well, it's Hampton. Yeah,
Listen to this. Listen to this quick story. I'll try to be.
Right up the river,
My
right?
grandfather, he grew up in Southampton, and when he was, and this is like 119 years ago. Like, he's obviously dead now for a while. But when he was 15 years old, he bought a piece of land right on the water that him and his buddies then built a small cottage on, and he paid $100 for the land. And now the next door neighbor sold their piece of property, and they tore down the cottage and built a new cottage, and they paid $1.5 million for it.
Damn, $1.5 million.
Yeah,
and then they tore the cottage down and built a new cottage.
Oh, damn.
My sister used to be in Southampton and always fly fishing, in Southampton.
Yeah, in the Saugeen.
Yeah, Saugeen.
Yeah.
River.
Hey, I had
it's right on the Saugeen. So
I had a
awesome.
trailer in the Saugeen. I never used it.
Did you really?
Yeah, I read in Hanover though. Hanover, called Saugeen Cedars.
it's not too
Nice.
far.
My ex-wife grew up in Hanover.
Yeah,
I've been to Hanover many a times.
You ever go
So
to that?
here's a funny story. I played a wedding up in Hanover once. It had nothing to do with my ex-wife's
I went to
deal.
a wedding there too. In the
But I
trailer
played this,
park.
and so we went and set up early, and then we had like 5 hours to kill, right? And
Damn.
Rob says to me, "We should go to a strip club. You should call your wife and find out if there's a strip club in Hanover." And I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." No, and I call, and sure enough, there's a strip, like Danny's place. It's called, and my ex says, she says, "Be careful. There's probably only going to be 3 teeth between the whole bunch of them, right?" Yeah. And so we walk into this place, and we're the only guys there. Like, the band walked in, and we're the only people there, except the people that work there. And the hottest 5 girls stripped,
dude,
because they do like a circuit, right? They do that whole circuit up there.
Yeah.
And I was like, "This is cool. This is the best break before a gig ever."
That's what I was gonna tell you. I was like, there's one. It doesn't look like a strip club or nothing. It has the weirdest name, and it's like something like that, like Danny's World or something like that. And it's like, but when you go inside, you're expecting like farm girls. But it's like the hottest girls there. You're like, how the hell?
Was that in Hanover you're talking about?
Yeah.
It was crazy. I know.
Yeah.
I was blown away. I was blown away at how hot they were.
There's a strip club up here near
hold on,
you.
Colin.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a bar like around the corner from that strip club. It's called the Queen's Bush. So it made more sense for that name to be a strip club.
Yeah. A lot more sense.
There's a strip club up here it's called it's in Phelpston. It used to be a strip club. They stopped it now. So after 6 it became a strip club, but during the day it was a family restaurant. And then after 6 it was a strip club. And there was nothing you guys are talking about hot chicks. Still yet to see one in that bar.
I was going to say they're probably the same girls that we saw.
No, man, these were like mushroom tops. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, damn.
Tiger stripes. I call them tiger stripes because stretch marks just didn't,
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, tiger stripes, man. Tons of them.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. When you get into the rural areas, it's pretty different. I like
the worst part is one of my buddies fell in love with one of them. And she robbed him blind. It was great. I loved it.
Say that again, Colin?
I said one of my buddies fell in love with one of them, and they robbed him blind. I loved it. It was the best thing I ever saw.
Well, your buddy should have known better.
Yeah, I know.
Like, let's be
funny
honest. My brother fell into that trap one time. This is years ago. Like, I was like 20 or whatever. And so years ago. And my brother's like, "Let's go to the strip joint. This stripper really liked me." I'm like, "Dude, come on, man. Like, of course she liked you. That's good thing. She invited you back, I bet." Yeah, she did.
Hey, I'll tell you something.
You don't get it, do you?
The girl I lived with, and I was dating for about 6 years, her name was Halo, and she was at the Hamilton Strip.
Is that where you met her?
She's a stripper. She's like the top stripper in Southern Ontario.
Nice. Well,
top stripper for the
I was like kind of one of those guys that were like, "Oh, this chick really likes me," except for that chick really liked me. But
except that you still believe that.
Yeah, because I still got robbed blind for half of my stuff.
My dad,
there you go. Yeah,
when I turned 19,
they're
I
just
said
doing
to
their
my dad,
job, man.
Yeah.
When I turned 19, I said they're taking me to the strip club. My dad educated me. She goes, if she sits on your lap and says you're cute, she's freaking lying to you. You know what I mean? All she wants is what's in your wallet and everything. It ruined it for me for the strip club for a bit. But
dude, I love the strip club, man. I was an addict, bro. To the strip club.
I was like, they'd come and they'd be like, oh, you want to dance? I'm like, no. And they're like, oh, why? I go, because I'm not, easily confused as, I know you don't like me and shit. And it's like, you can't see that shit. Bouncers kind of come up and say, all right, you're harassing the girls. It's like,
I don't know if you guys know if you went last time you were in Hamilton, but there's no more strip clubs in Hamilton.
Yes. Nope. Yeah, I know. It was no more. R.I.P. Hamilton Strip.
They'll never get another one either.
No.
Hey, so something about me that you might not know. I don't know if you don't have to say anything. I'm just gonna say it.
Tell me, Joe.
I used to be so the reason why I was a strip club guy was because I used to
recreational.
I used to make business there, as you say. Like I used to
recreational pharmaceutical.
So I used to be a street pharmacist for a lot of years, right? And so what happened was, and that's how I became friends with all these, because they used to be like,
sure,
you give it to them, and they,
your clientele.
Yeah. So it's a pretty good gig I used to have, But then I grew up, and thank God I got out of that business. And it's not cool, people. It's not cool. Yeah.
Now changing my guitar.
It was fun.
So let me tell you. I was gonna tell you the story about playing music and my brain, because I had a stroke.
Yes,
and so when I woke up out of my induced coma, my dad brought a guitar into the hospital for me, right? And I remember vividly, it's the earliest memory of my thing. I remember my brain, my dad coming in, and the brain doctor he plays guitar, and my dad said, yeah, he plays and sings, and my brain doctor goes, oh, he'll be fine. Like he moved his hand like that. He goes, oh, he'll be fine, and walked away, because and as I've learned now, as I've learned about brains and stuff, that it was two different parts of the brain, that it's singing and playing guitar come from. And so they have to join up and link up. So the more I could do it, the better I would recover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, damn. So that means I was brain dead in that area then for my whole life.
Well, it doesn't mean you're brain dead, but it's certainly I certainly nowadays I push for kids to learn an instrument, like any instrument. Just learn to snap your fingers on time or whatever.
That's one thing I wish that was pushed more in school is art, like any kind of art. You know? Like music, sports, photography, anything. Because that's a lot of things. Yeah.
The only subjects I did good in, like I got like 99s and hundreds in drama and art, or drama and music. That was it. Like music is not is something that I have had to learn over the years. It's just something that comes to
was in India. Yeah.
Dude, in you. I never realized I knew how to play the piano, and I started playing the piano. As soon as I learned the chords, it was like, okay, boom. And I could play any freaking song you want. You know what I mean?
Now,
I don't know why. I don't know how.
Can I ask you, Colin, this question? Because for me, I have my answer to it. Because I've learned to play guitar first, and then I started to play piano. And as I learned to play piano, the guitar made way more sense.
Okay. Now, I'm glad you mentioned that, because ELO, right? Very hard to play on the guitar. Okay.
Yes.
So I was learning. What was that song? When I was searching for a one-way street, blah 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 blah. Anyways, so I was struggling on how to play that on the guitar. So I figured out the chords on the piano, and now when I play the piano for a song I can't play on the guitar, it's so much easier for me to play on the guitar. And I've been playing guitar.
Good.
You know what I mean?
Well, and I would say something like that would be great for your brain.
Yes. Well,
going full circle on that story.
Here's another thing. So when I was going through therapy, right? Because I had a lot of depression and anxiety. So they taught me this thing called cognitive therapy, right? So when you're thinking about something, tap your hands like this on your lap or whatever, and that gets both sides of your brain working. So while I'm playing guitar, I just don't tap one feet. I tap both, and that gets both my. And it's so much easier for you to flow in the guitar and the music, And that's why, because I started as a drummer, right? And I was wondering why, because I'm using both feet with my drumming thing.
Right.
And that's why your head is just going boom, 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 and both
Right.
sides of your brain are thinking at the same time, right?
Both sides are working. Yeah, good.
My sister used to teach me that because she worked with a lot of brain injured people. That was her job before she went to the TTC, and she would always explain that to me because I've always had, these behavioral issues and all this kind of stuff. But since then, I don't, because I came to realization that half the problems in my life were caused by me. So, stop blaming other people for your bullshit and get on with life, right? So yeah, exactly, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
So now I get on a little bit depressed, and then this guy knows because he sends me a message, and then I don't answer him for a day, and he's like, "Dude,
so
get off your ass," you know what I mean?
Kevin, so how do you view depression nowadays? Because it's running rampant on everybody.
Yeah.
Do you think it's I'm not saying I went through a little bit of depression, but I think that's normal in life to go through depression, and I think people use this as a tool just to be lazy.
Some people use it as an excuse, yeah.
I feel like it's like, because it's like
I did.
Like this one guy, he said that he hasn't talked to his dad for a week, so he had to take a month off work because he was depressed. I'm like, that ain't depression. But then
sounds like an excuse.
Yeah. Then someone said, well, it doesn't matter if you drown in an inch of water or a lake, you still drown. And I'm like, okay, but
yeah,
but it just sounds more poetic the way he said it. And I was just like, it doesn't mean that he's a liar. I'm like, you're just saying it in a fancy way now,
Yeah.
And it's like, to me, like when I was going through all that depression stuff, it lasted about 2 years, but it was built up my whole life for a lot of things, right? Like a whole bunch of things, right? I've mentioned it so many times, like tons of stuff, right? And it's like, but then I got out of it, like just doing self-therapy, writing and stuff, right? And just
yeah.
And
good.
So, but then now when I see people doing that, I get kind of I not offended, but like sometimes when I view it as they're not really depressed, they're just using it as an excuse, I get offended sometimes. I'm just like, you're not really depressed, Like, you're depressed because you haven't talked to your dad for a week? Jesus, what happens when he passes away?
Dude,
that's what I mean. I'm like, you got to get over some things.
When you have the rope in your hand, like I have them many times.
Damn,
it's very tough. But you have to always think about, is my mind playing tricks with me? Like you sit there and you think nobody loves me, but everybody's telling you that they love you, but you don't believe them because you don't want to believe them. It's not because it's not true. You know what I mean? Yeah. Exactly. You want attention. You want attention. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, because if you didn't want attention, you'd probably just go and do it. Like, I'm not an expert on it, but I mean, No,
it's true. No, but that is true.
You're right.
This is how I get my attention now.
Dude, if I'm going
and people make fun of me, and that's just great.
And then he gets the rope again at the end.
No. I won't. You know what, man? I don't think that's ever going to be an option again in my life, because it's just I'm far too important. Not just to myself. I'm far too important to myself. You know what I mean? And my wife, for some reason, I found the most amazing woman in the world and managed to get her to marry me.
Colin,
what?
I hate to tell you this, but Jesus Christ does not want to see you yet, brother.
Well,
he doesn't like you as much as you think.
Listen, my wife's 69 years old. She's almost 70. So she went to school with Jesus Christ. So don't tell me what Jesus Christ wants.
Well, I'm sure you're not going to work well with her if she hears this thing.
He's standing right there with the with a broom. Actually, is a broom.
I bet with a broom.
It's only soap on a rope for Colin now. Someone said. Only soap on a rope now for this guy.
My wife is 20 years older than I am, and I've been with her since I was 21. But she's never gave up on me, right? She's never gave up on me, even though we woke up, and that's part of my, like, okay, I when I get depressed and I feel like I'm not worthy, I think of that.
So,
and I'm like, okay,
Did you think of a? Yeah, we'll just end that depression stuff.
Done.
Yeah. So Kevin, did you? I seen that you have the tradition. It's been going for maybe 2 years now. I think a couple years now. Where at Christmas time you do a toy giveaway, toy drive.
You know what? It's gone on. At least it's 13. It's gone on. It was 9 years we've been doing it.
Damn, I thought it was only like a couple of like.
No, 9 years. 9 years we've been doing it, and like we get a couple thousand toys every year. It's great, and
nice.
it started because Elise was in at Delta one day with me, and she was like 2, and it was around her birthday time, it was perfect timing for mid-November, and I said, "What do you want to do for your birthday?" And she said, "I want to come to your school." And I'm like, "Oh, that doesn't sound like fun at all. Like you bring your friend to my school? That doesn't sound like fun." And then at the same day, the former principal of Delta had asked me as a student council teacher. It was right when you had to have 40 hours of volunteer time was coming in, or it had just kind of come in. And so there was lots of kids that were graduating but didn't have their 40 hours of volunteer time. So I was like, well, what if we throw Elise a big birthday party for her, but don't bring a toy for her, but bring a toy that we'll donate, then the student council can give to a Christmas, like the Christmas Tree of Hope, right? Yeah. And so then the Delta kids would go all down to Y108, and I knew them through my music, and so they could go on the radio and they could talk and that kind of stuff, and sorry,
Darren Lateman, he was Y108.
Yeah, that's right, he did. Yeah, for the first little bit, I went through a lot of staff there.
He's a friend of the family, actually.
Oh, is he really? Yeah, he's a great guy.
Sorry, go ahead.
And then we did it this year. Like, she's now sort of over the age of having princesses running around that kind of thing. So, but we and being with that Delta closed, excuse me, it was a good time to end it. But she still wanted to do it this year, so we just had stop by, drop it off a toy at our house, and have a coffee or a hot chocolate and a visit with us outside, and we'll drop off the toys at Y108. So we did that again this year. So it's been good.
I seen that you're thinking about canceling it because all this stuff going on in society right now with the COVID.
Yeah, well, it was nice that we were able to do it outside, and we still got we were renovating our living room too, so my girlfriend was buying a new couch, so our old couch was outside for the city to pick up, so we were able to paint on it, like Christmas Tree of Hope, Y108 Christmas Tree of Hope, and stop by, and we put lights out and all that kind of, it was good. It was good. Lots of people stopped by. It was good.
Yeah, it's great.
That's awesome.
It's always good to do that kind of stuff. Yeah, I went around here, and I have a YouTube channel, so I try to make not really a living. I try to make some sort of money to do something I like doing, right?
Sure.
It's like so when I make money off it, it's a bonus. But it's kind of like I use the YouTube now as like a diary of like my whole adventures for like when my kid grows up and he can watch it, he's gonna be like, holy. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. For sure.
It's called the legacy. You left a legacy there for your boy.
Yeah.
But you also, he's also donated his hair for wigs for cancer. He does a lot of good things that he doesn't let people know that he does. And it really
Joe?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
he's an amazing person, but people don't. He doesn't let people know. He's not one of those. Look at me, look at the good stuff I do. You know what I mean? He's not that kind of guy. But I'm here to tell you that he does a lot of good things for people, me included. And
how do you guys know each other?
He needs to be he used to take pictures of me naked behind a dumpster.
Now this isn't talk. Needs to go on.
We used to sell it to Russian businessmen.
Yeah, I bet you did.
But they used to they only wanted it for their wives, their boogalugas, right? No, actually, we used to work in the Hamilton Steel Car together.
I'm an undercover. Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. And like so at that time, I was like the guy that too much going around, so I didn't really know him like that because it's just like I had lots of people coming to see me, if you know what I mean. Coming to see me
every day, and I'm like, I know who he is, and I wanted to be a customer, but no, there's too much heat, so I never used to go see him.
Yeah. So
And I
then
don't do that anymore. So
so then when I started doing this, I was telling a few old stories as like a way to tell my old stories to get over them, kind of like, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like a therapeutic thing. So I started a YouTube channel kind of like that way, telling old stories. And
Cool.
this guy, he's seen it, and he's like, oh. And then I did a live, and he came on the
First guy.
podcast, and he's like, I know you. I'm like, you don't know me. I don't know you. And I just kept him on, and I said, hey, he's a good guy.
You know, I'm that guy
That's cool.
I'm that guy that you invite over for like Thanksgiving and don't leave till like New Year's.
Yeah, he's still here. He's still here, you know. And,
That's funny. Now,
And,
Joe,
yeah.
can I ask you a question, a family question?
Yeah.
Your sister's Carly, right?
She's my cousin. My
Cousin,
sister-
okay.
Yeah.
And that's what I didn't know. I didn't know if you had a sister. I didn't know if that was like
Yeah. I have a
I knew
sister
she had
named
the same
Danielle.
last.
Yeah.
I knew she had the same last name as you. That's all I knew.
Yeah, my sister Danielle went to Delta too. But
Oh,
she was
yeah,
there
what's
for
the-
like, yeah.
Is she married now?
No, she was almost married, but now she only went to Delta for maybe a year, and then
Oh,
know,
okay.
but now she's a PSW, and she really made a success. That's why, like, I wanted to tell you about, like, if a kid isn't doing well or just can't grasp the whole high school idea, like me, if my kid is struggling, I was struggling in grade 9 and 10, but then I smartened up in grade 11, and that's rare,
Yeah.
right? Some kids just drop out, and I think it's almost better for kids to not waste their time and kind of get a GED and do college a little bit differently than the rest of the people. Because if you can't grasp the whole high school idea, some kids can't. And it's like, I know it'd be a tough call if my kid couldn't grasp high school, and I'd like, oh, why don't you just drop out and get your high school online and then go to college earlier or something. It's like, it's a hard idea, but do you think that, like, I think you kind of do think this already. The high school is getting to be a waste of time now.
Well, and
The way they're teaching.
it's a great question, and yes, the way they're teaching, that certainly carries some weight, no question about it. I think that there are things that you learn in high school that you don't necessarily realize that you learned, but that you learn, and that you're using it every day, but you don't realize it because it's just second nature. Yeah. But you learned it in high school.
Yeah, you know.
And I think if you were to just miss that and go to college or get it online, your high school online, and then go to college, like you're missing out that social interaction, that asks for help, that kind of thing that you need to learn.
That's what I was gonna say. The thing good about high school is a social aspect, and actually having like if you don't have a father figure, maybe a teacher can be that for you, or somebody to look up, a hero. Like, and so if you don't go to school, you won't have that necessarily most of the time, you know?
You're absolutely right. And Joe, this is more my guess on the way school's going than actually it's on there. But I guess I'll be the first one to say it publicly. I personally think that they're trying to privatize education.
Oh,
I think the government is trying to get it privatized, and that's fine that they can get it privatized for your English, your math, your science, your geography, whatever. But I don't think that the schools, I don't think that the ministry has looked at all at how the good football team or the bad football team, like the football team bonds a school, or how the basketball team joins. Like I remember going and seeing games. No, I don't remember geography classes. You know what I mean? But I remember going and seeing games. So I don't. If they privatize education, everything then will be privatized. Meaning that if you want to play football, you go and play in the Hamilton Football League or whatever. You want to play basketball, you play in the Hamilton Basketball League. You don't play for Delta or for any school. And I think that if they do privatize it, they're losing out on that. They're gonna lose out. They haven't considered what the ramifications of those social activities they're gonna lose in the education. I think that's a big part. That's a big thing.
What I was gonna say, like Mr. Welsh, gym teacher, he's an the athletics teacher. He used to get me to, him and Mr. Henry. Mr. Henry actually tried to convince me to be a pilot because I was good at math. So he made me do my test alone because I'd always screw around too much in class, but when I was alone, I'd get good marks, you know. And
Right, right.
that was like who I am, right? And so he always convinced me to try to be a pilot. And so I always had this. After he told me that, I was like, this guy believes me. That's crazy, right? And I was like, you're crazy. I can't be a pilot, like, you know what I mean? And then after high school, I was just like, holy shit, maybe I could be a pilot. Then his little his seed that he planted in my head made me want to be a pilot after, like, you know. And it's like, and I actually got hours under my pilot license.
Good for you.
But I ended up stopping it because I knew I had this thing where it's like, if I know I can succeed at something, I just stop short from doing it. I just quit.
Joe, come on. I'm gonna pull teacher on you and say, "God, that's a shitty attitude."
You
can't swear, Mr. McLean. You can't swear in class, sir. Sorry, sir.
We're not in class.
Oh shit,
that was when I was 25. You know, 25. Right. So it's like I was still like I don't care kind of stuff. You know.
Well, I was probably 35 before I realized that I don't know everything, and I'm never gonna know everything.
Exactly.
And I was, like. And I'm always going to continue to learn through the rest of my life.
Well,
once I realized that, the world became a much more open space for me.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you. So, like, at 25, when I was doing that, because I was a street pharmacist. So I was doing that, and I was like, I want to be better, right? So I started doing the pilot license thing, and then it just started getting in the way of making money. So I'm like, so that it made me think like, this ain't making money. I'm just gonna keep doing this instead.
Dude, I so know how you feel. You know, like I became a welder, right? But welder makes good money.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I knew that I was my destiny was for something better, and I never ever pursued it and stuff like music or comedy or any type of entertainment, because I love entertaining people. Like
you're a stripper.
Well, I'm no dude. Everywhere I go, I'm the center of attention, and that's by design. It's not because
shit, eh?
Yeah. Well, I just like to bring people together and make them laugh. You know what I mean? Even at my own expense.
Why doesn't anybody like you on here then?
Oh, I don't care. I mean, they're laughing at me, even at my
it's your show. It's your show, Joey. Why isn't anyone liking you?
I don't know.
See, that's called musician. Hey. Musicians got other musicians back right there.
Yeah. Okay. That's right. Hey.
Doesn't mean we don't love you, Joe. It just means,
No, we love you, Joe. So
pity party. What do you mean pity party? What do you mean pity party?
Oh, Colin's all about the pity party. Hey, it's me, poor Colin.
Colin, so you play guitar. Do you write any music?
Oh yeah. I do.
Cool.
I do more than guitar. Like I can.
You play drums.
Drums. I can do like dance music, hip hop.
He plays a synth.
Oh wow, very cool. Good
I got
for you.
my little keyboard right here. I can't.
Yeah, me and Colin actually made a song together.
We do have a song together, but Colin is being lazy on the recording of the lyrics because his voice. He smokes too much. He smokes too many cigarettes, and he sounds like an old idling bat. Hey, how you doing over there? You know,
but that sometimes works well.
Well, I could give it the old, the old.
Yeah, that was right in my wheelhouse. The raspy part.
I could do the old right said Fred. I'm too sexy for this song, but I don't know if it would go good with our lyrics. Like when you feel you can't get out of your brain. You know what I mean? Like you just can't.
It's accordion.
But I am gonna. It's gonna come out, and I know it's gonna take a little bit, but I need a little bit of I don't know, influence.
Yeah,
I need something. You know what I mean? Like it's just hard for me. It's because I want it to be, because I'm not the only one. Like if it was just my music, if it was my lyrics, I'd have just pumped it out there. But because it's got Joe's involved, I want it to be good. I want it to be good. I don't want it to be, and then because he's pumping it out, and I don't want people to say, "Oh yeah, that was shit." The guy who sings it shit, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted.
Dude, I already told you got a voice of an angel, man.
I know you said.
I like the little soft voice. You can't change it, man. The original idea was the best one. That's the way life is, man. Sometimes
There you go.
it's hard.
There you go.
Yeah.
See it now.
There you
The
go.
distant red neon shivered in
Yeah.
the
Once you, I don't know,
wind. I was feeling like
as a
stranger in
musician.
strange land. You know where
As a
people play games
musician,
at night?
when you try to perfect things too much, it ruins it sometimes, I think.
You know, I agree with you totally. There's a guy I used to play with, Joe. His name's Les Cooper, and he's a very, very skilled, schooled musician. For 35 years, he's been a full-time musician, and he came in and did some playing on my first record, and I played with him for years earlier than that. I played with him, and he has this great album. I've heard a few songs from it, and it's great. And his problem is every time he puts it on, oh, I got to change this. And so he's been working on this album for 15, 20 years, and it's never come out. And it's great. Like, it's already great, Les. Just let it go, you know, but he can't let it go.
Yeah,
he worked at Grant Avenue Studios, that guy, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, I know who he is. Great guy.
Yeah, he's great.
Kev,
great guy, yeah.
do you talk to the shit? I used to drink with the teenage head guy, the guy with the red hair. I forget his name now. Me and this guy used to drink all the time. He's a teenage. I think he's not the lead singer because he died, but
drummer.
Yeah, the drummer, the red hair, always at West Town.
Yeah, he hangs out with my buddy
Gene
Red.
Champagne.
Yeah.
Gene Champagne.
He's got severe diverticulitis, eh? That's why he doesn't tour much anymore.
Yeah, me and that guy were drinking boys.
Yeah, he's still in the Hammer.
Yep.
Yeah, he's at West Town.
He had COVID. He got COVID. Like, he was on a respirator in the hospital.
Ooh, shit, ventilator.
Yeah, on a ventilator, sir. Yeah, in the hospital. Yeah. I mean, he's
he was
fine
in rough
now,
condition, anyways, to begin with. So it's good that he got.
He liked to dabble, I think.
Yeah. It's fair to say. Yeah, it's fair to say.
Yeah.
You know Harrison Kennedy?
I do know Harrison Kennedy. Yeah.
I jammed with him a lot at my friend Reg's house. And then there was Brian Griffith.
Yeah, I know Brian.
Him a lot. He passed away. Rest in peace.
He did.
He played for Dave Letterman's.
But he also played with Brian. He also played with Willie Nelson.
Yes, he did.
Damn, Willie Nelson.
He was one of their best guitar players. Like
and you know, it's funny that people used to when people would ask me about the Hamilton music scene and stuff and how was it kind of thing, and I would say you could go down and watch a guy that plays with Willie Nelson at 33 or no, what was it called? Sax on George, like it was an old house on George Street by across from the you know, and watch him play, and there'd be 4 other people in the room. That's it, and you're watching Brian Griffith play, and it costs you $0 to get into the place, and you're drinking a beer watching Brian Griffith play. Like, there's not many places around the country that you can see that type of musicianship.
What do you think about Hamilton, the scene?
Well, I will say that I have 2 different perspectives of it before my stroke and after my stroke, right? Like I you know, before my stroke, I thought it was seemingly like it seemed like a pretty good scene. It was you know, bands were still being able to be booked at bars, and there was lots of people coming out to support live music. Absolutely. And I think a lot of my friends that are musicians now are having a tough time getting a living out of playing in the Hamilton and surrounding areas, right? Like, a lot of my guitar player that I used to play with for a long time, he went down to doing a solo gig because he can make $150 a gig versus $100 with the band kind of or whatever, right?
That's what I want to say, because my family's heavy in the bar scene, where like we own bars and stuff, and I know like the liquor inspection, they make it so tough on bars, especially like if people like to partake in extracurriculars, you know what I mean, in the washroom, recite their lines, and someone gets a whiff of this, so it's like they get that city called on them every time, so it's like they stop all the bands, they stop everything, they ruin everything because the bands get stopped in the middle of the show because they have to close it down or something, and my mom had a bar, and almost every weekend the city would get called on them every time. So it's like I think it's terrible that way.
Tell them the name of our little music group.
I'll work out. No, I'm not a musician.
No. You're the lyricist, man. You're the wordsmith.
What's the name? What's the name?
Go ahead.
The White Hills. The White Hills.
The White I know.
Hey, yeah. None of them are gonna make the.
That's not even my. I asked him to name it.
Yeah.
He came up with it, and it stuck.
Oh, it's the first thing I thought of. Yeah. It's just like, oh, what
So
else is it? I'm like music, and yeah, I'm like that's it. The White Hills. First, it's like, and then I wanted to be like a little white mountain on the CD case, you know, like a picture of it on a CD case. I mean, hey, that's what comes with music, you know.
You ever seen one of these?
What?
Hold on.
I can't tell what it is. Oh, to make a pick.
Yeah, pick maker.
Yeah, well, it's funny that I taught the guitar class at Delta one year, and then I had my stroke, and then I taught it 1 year, like for a year, like a half a year, sorry, after I taught it, and I got like I used to lose or no, like give away 50 picks a day, and then I'd go to a gig and I wouldn't have any picks. I'm like, fuck, I know I bought 50 of them or whatever, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, they're at school now. Their kids are bored. So then the last year I taught it, I had that thing, and it was the greatest thing ever.
It's awesome.
That's crazy.
Awesome. Like I got so much things I make picks out of. This, I found this thing here, this piece of plastic, and then I used my health card.
Oh yeah, old credit cards or old cards would work well.
So now my pick has a face on it, and
yeah. That's what the kids were doing. They were loving the idea of having their face on picks or whatever, their name on it, so they would. But
anyways, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back. So
are we gonna listen to you?
No. I'll be shutting my camera down.
Wonderful. Everybody, listen to Colin.
I'll be right back.
Colin just find pieces of plastic around the house. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Making your own picks. That's pretty cool, though, if you think about it. You know, you can make.
It's very cool. It saves a lot of money too when you're going through 10 of them a day.
Yeah, because I remember when I was buying all those guitars, because me and my buddy, we'd play in the basement, and I would just wait there, kind of people come in and go, and then we just kind of just play guitar together. My one buddy, he was really good, but he's always so humble about it. He learned because he had a right-handed guitar, but he's left-handed, so he played it all upside down. And
wow!
He can play it every way. Yeah, and I was just like, I'm like, dude, that's talented, man. I'm like,
super talented. Because everything's backwards.
Yeah, and then he can flip it if he gets a left-handed guitar
crazy.
and a right. And I'm like, you're talented, man. He's like, oh no, but he has he's self-conscious a lot, so he's kind of scared to showcase stuff like that. I'm like, man, you gotta do something with this, man. And he's like,
I in a similar story, the piano player for Buddy Guy, who Buddy Guy, famous blues player, right? So I became friends with Marty, who was his guitar or who was piano player, and so the last time they played in Hamilton, I went and saw the show, and then he wanted to go for a beer, Marty. So I knew my buddy Steve Strongman, who's a blues guy, was playing down at Solange's. So I called him and said, hey, get a piano there because Marty's coming down. He wants to play with you. So I know I'm telling a long story to get to this point. So Marty gets up and he plays piano with Steve. Awesome. Yeah. And then he's walking back to his table, and he goes around the piano, and everyone's clapping. And Steve says, "Who wants to hear Marty play another song?" And everyone's clapping. So he turns around and plays the fucking guitar, the piano backwards.
Damn.
And I was standing right beside him, watching him, going, "How can you do that? How do you everything is opposite now? Your right hand is playing your left hand stuff like that." I was blown away. Stop.
Yeah. Yeah, so my buddy's name is Andrew Hooker. He's probably watching. He commented already. Tell this guy, you're a music man. Tell him he has talent, man.
I have not heard him, but I'm sure he does have talent.
Dude, he can play
if you can play both ways, you've got talent. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
and he can play
extra. Yeah,
absolutely.
And he can play every song, and
that's
he can play
crazy.
all the songs, and it's just
that's crazy.
And he's so hard on himself, though. You know what I mean? And I think that's part of being it's kind of like a musician. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, a little bit.
All right. Salute.
Yeah.
Salute.
Salute, man. Happy New Year,
So
brother.
I don't have a drink. I'm going to get one, though, if I can.
All right.
Hey, get a drink.
So, you guys
that
are
was
drinking.
banana.
Yeah.
That was banana.
Ooh, Colin's favorite fruit.
It's the favorite. It's the most favorite.
What was the
fruit
first song
I
you
like
learned to play on guitar? Colin, what was the first song you guys learned to play on guitar, both of you guys?
Mine was Over the Hills and Far Away, Led Zeppelin.
Dang.
Yeah, I just learned.
My first one was a Rihanna Umbrella.
Wow,
I
good
know.
for you.
I know, but you had to change it into a guitar song, right?
I
Mine
bet
was-
you did.
Dust in
Yeah.
the wind.
Dust in the Wind. There you go.
Damn. I'm surprised none of you guys like smoke on the water or something like easier.
Wow.
Oh shit, Colin, eh? Colin's getting hard.
Close my eyes. Okay, I'm not gonna do that.
Nice job, buddy. Nice job, Colin.
Hey. Good job, buddy.
No, actually, you
Dust
know what,
in the wind.
Joe?
Huh.
It was.
Oh, yes.
No, it was.
Oh shit. Slow. Oh, Kevin.
There you
Yes,
go.
sir.
You know my buddy's band, John Atlee. You know John Atlee?
John Atlee.
They're called Slow Motion Walter.
Oh, yeah,
Like
I
a
know.
hammer-
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to be the big guy that plays guitar. Now he went
Oh,
skinny. then
I
big
do know
again.
him. How do you know him?
Oh, me and him are great friends. We work together at Bodyline Auto Recyclers.
Recreational pharmaceutical.
And I mean, my mom and everybody owned bands, so we used to see I know all those guys, you know.
Right.
And he's actually
Tell him I
he's
say
actually
hi.
a really good guy. Yeah, he's a good guy. That guy.
Yeah,
And,
tell him I
he's
say
still-
that.
He still kicks it down, but he's solo now.
Well, and that's the thing that I've noticed about the
Right.
things after my stroke and before my stroke is now there's no bands anymore playing. And I assume it's because no one can afford a full band anymore. And it's like everybody I know has gone solo. Just playing
And you can
solo
make
stuff.
more money being a solo guy.
Oh, way more.
Yeah.
I play solo. Nobody can hear me.
I first started doing a solo gig, and I made more money in my first 10 years of playing music than I did in my last 20 years playing music with a band.
But what do you think about that solo versus being in a band? A band has to be way funner.
Way funner. A solo gig
Yeah.
is so exhaustingly tiring because you just gotta be there by yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know,
Yeah.
like when you're playing, right, and you do something at the exact same time the guy in front of you is doing, and you didn't even plan it. It just happens. The guy, he turns around, and you either finish at the same time or you stop at the same time, and it starts at the
Dude,
same time. Like
That
it's
sounds
just,
like some sexual experience.
it is, dude. It is. No, it is. It
Yeah,
is.
that's what I'm
Very
saying.
sexual, man.
Yeah.
It's just because you put everything into it, and you can feel everybody's thing, and then as soon as the one guy stops and hesitates, and you go again, and it wasn't even planned.
Damn.
That's called connection. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
That's what I was thinking. Being a solo artist must be not boring, but I guess-
Lonely.
yeah,
Very
lonely.
lonely.
Yeah, lonely. Yeah.
Very
Because
lonely.
it's like, they just come there, do their business. Because I remember when I watched John Mayer at ACC, and he wasn't with the John Mayer trio. He was by himself this time,
What an
and
amazing
and he was with Paladino, Pino, and all them guys that he's always playing with. The blues guys, right? He's a blues guy, and
Yep.
the one time he was so into it, and he was like doing extra things on stage, telling jokes, and then the next time when he was by himself, it was just like nothing. He just did his business.
Just
and
going
left.
through the motions. Yeah, just going through the motions.
And I was
yeah.
like, damn, that sucks. For someone seeing John Mayer at this concert for the first time, it sucks,
It certainly takes the edge off you when you're doing solo gigs for sure.
Yeah, that's what I was. And then when you see the bands, like some bands, man, I remember seeing them. Oh man, they're having a great time, And it's it was just them, like in their own world, It's like
When you're a band, like I don't know if Colin, you can agree with this or not, but first of all, it's one of the hardest things to be, and that is, it's harder. It's like being married to 3 or 4 other people, but here's the thing: not just married to, but your artistic integrity is in question too. and you're on stage, you know, like on stage with these people, you're gonna pass with these people, or you're gonna fail with these people, but they got your back, you know, like that kind of thing.
Dude.
So
so when you say that, when you pass or fail, do you guys play the blame game?
Never.
No, you can't do that.
You know, it depends. It depends on who's with you.
Toxic. Is that how like a toxic band happens?
Absolutely.
Like,
you know what? I'm gonna now, if I may, use a reference or not, but for the Tragically Hip, the reference from the movie that they were talking about. Those guys, the one guy, the one guitar player said he moved into this new house when he was 4 years old, and the first day he started playing in a sandbox with Gord, the bass player, and they played together every day in their life since. So of course they're going to be a tight band. You know what I mean? Like how can they not be a tight band? Right? Like and that's the thing is, if you can stay together with the same group of guys for that many years, you've got such you're so tight with them that.
What do you think's harder to stay with, a band or a wife?
Oh, a band. Absolutely.
Yeah, band. I thought it'd be a wife because
well, I would say it's like you're married when you're in a full-time band. You know, like I was with my guys for 4 nights a week, kind of 3-4 nights a week for 10 years.
Yeah.
And we get in a car or a van and we drive to a town. We play, we hang out, we play, we hang out more, and then we drive back together. And on the way back, we're discussing how everyone played. Like that. I didn't do that with my wife.
I'm going to
reference. If I had it,
we'd
still be married. I don't know.
I'm going to reference a song.
Does jealousy come into any of that? Like, is jealousy like not even just with music, with the spotlight, women?
For me, I did a little bit.
Respect,
I would say that Rob, our guitar player, I think that because he was a way better guitar player than me. He's a serious guitar player, and he saw the girls after me, and whatever. I was writing songs, and he, and he was jealous. He was jealous that he's a better guitar player, no question about it. Why is he only getting the drunk guy going, "Hey man, what chord was that you were playing?" That kind of thing, right? And I'm getting the girls coming over and talking to me, right? And I like he's a way better guitar player than me.
Getting back to the marriage part of it, being married and being in a band, right? The perfect song to reference that is a song by Kiss called Beth. Beth, I hear you calling, but I can't come home right now. Me and the boys are playing. We just can't find a sound. So you do get those phone calls and those texts like, "Are you coming home tonight? Like, are you going to come home? Like, what's going on?" Yeah. And
hard to work out.
it kind of ruins your artistic flow in that sense. So I used to go to band practice and shut my phone off, leave it in my coat because I didn't want to hear about it. You know what I mean? I'd rather ask for forgiveness than permission at that point.
So you were in a band before you had cell phones then?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine life without?
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine, kid, you don't have to answer this or whatever, but imagine having cell phones back then when you first started.
I can't imagine because I think that technology, like we'd be 10 years worse off than we are now.
Yeah, and like I always say that too because like when I was just like the era where I was growing up with we just got computers and we didn't have cell phones, and then all of a sudden everybody has a cell phone, right?
So I was like in that video.
Yeah.
And I was like, I never had a computer all through high school, right? I was one of those kids. I was like,
I'm getting drunk, Joe, eh?
Yeah, Colin doesn't drink.
Yeah.
You don't drink, Colin?
Not well, I'm Irish, so I can drink gasoline, but I don't.
Well, good for you.
But I mean, this is a special occasion. I mean, Kevin McLean's on the show. I gotta have.
Oh yeah, that and 10 cents will get you a piece of.
Have you ever heard of Jam Kazam?
Jam Kazam. I don't think I have.
Okay, it's a computer.
It's cool. I thought it was a band.
No. It's a computer program.
It's a techno band.
Like, what do you use for a DAW? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, in my recording, like for recording.
Yeah.
Well, Pro Tools, I had, and I say that negative. I had in the past because this is another saga story too. After I got out, when I was in the hospital for my stroke, right, and I was in there for a year and 7 months, and I got Right before that, so now I'll have to tell you the whole story if I can.
Go ahead.
The neighbor next door had this really pretty girl that used to, a friend of his, just a friend of his, and she used to come out and see us play, and I knew who she was. And very pretty girl. Katrina Devine is her name, and she used to be a Power Ranger. Check it out. Check out her name. Anyway.
Oh shit, she lived on the mountain too.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, she.
So,
I know exactly who she is.
A Power Ranger, a Power Bottom Ranger.
The pink Power Ranger.
Yeah, the Pink Power Ranger. That's exactly
right. Damn,
so
that's crazy.
I drove by her house. I knew where she was. I would happen to be driving by, and I knew that she was on holidays in New Zealand visiting family, because the neighbor told me this. So then I drove by and I see a for sale sign up at the house that she was renting, and I did. So I told the neighbor, just so you know, like if she finds out that when she comes back from her holidays that she's got to move because the house is up for sale and she has to live on the street tonight kind of thing, I have a basement apartment in my house that she can come and stay until she finds another place kind of thing. Right. And then I had my stroke. And then they came back, and yes, that was exactly how it happened. They had to move out of the place that they were living in, but it was her and her boyfriend. And I didn't know that at the time, but the apartment's not really, it's good for one person, but I can't see two people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a huge apartment, right? And I was only doing it as a favor. So she comes back, gets the word that she can move into, she has to find a place. And so she's going to move into my basement apartment. And my dad's now sort of overseeing things because I'm in the hospital. And he says, well, yeah, I suppose that's fine. Kevin's not planning on, Kevin won't be back anytime soon. So they moved up into my room.
Yeah.
Like, not an apartment. They had the whole house.
Damn.
So I get out of the hospital and I finally get home, and I get home here and I'm like, hey, hey, I'm home, right? And then they said, is there any way you can move downstairs? Because we're kind of comfortable already in your bed. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I've been in a hospital bed for a year and a half. Like, no, not at all. Get out of my bed now. Get out now. Like, So anyways, that whole story.
You thought you were a putty, eh?
Yeah, well, and her boyfriend, he did some sort of he did recording as well, so he had stuff here. But when I got back, my studio was all taken down, and all my stuff most of my stuff was gone.
Damn! So he took it all.
Well, yeah, and so
Kimberly was her name in the Power Rangers, right?
No, it was Katrina.
Oh, Katrina. Was
Katrina Devine. Look it up. Look it up. She's
gorgeous. That's crazy.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Gorgeous. She's gorgeous.
No, that's why.
No.
And it's funny.
Hold on, I'm almost done. Hold on, I'm almost done.
The girl that I was dating at the time, she was like, so you're gonna have a girl move in to the basement? I said, well, I'm just doing it as a favor, kind of thing. And I said, don't worry, I'm gonna have cameras all set up so you'll know that I'm not doing anything. I didn't.
By the way, it's Kevin McLean at Pornhub.com for the.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
No,
right,
no, you can. It's Pornhub.com.
So anyways, Jam Kazam.
Oh yes, tell me about Jam Kazam.
It's a program, right? So you download it and you can hook up your interface and your guitar, and so you can actually jam live on the internet.
Oh wow! In real time, like with other people.
Yeah.
Yo,
so
do I
can
smell a jam session? Do I smell a jam session?
Yes, you do smell a jam session. You just got to figure out how to hook it up, like with all this talking while we're doing
it. Joe, I'm trying to get to that, right?
I'm in.
So,
I know.
Jam, and it's good. Like, so you and I could sit there and we could actually do a little jam session. I could have the piano going. I could have loops going, and I could play guitar. We can play.
You do this with all the guys, man.
No, not all the guys. Mostly girls.
No, you do this with all the guys. All the guys that come on here.
Okay, all right. All right. Let me. Okay, the girls look only. Okay, the girls look only. Okay, they're like Trans Ams. Oh no,
so
trans. Yeah, whatever. They're trans something. Trans.
So, Colin, can I ask you, now that you're living up in Stayner?
Yes, sir.
How many years ago did you move out of Hamilton?
About 5 years ago.
And was that because you were retirement age?
Thanks.
I don't know. I don't know.
No,
you're wearing glasses and a hat and that. I don't know. You don't look that old, but
What are you saying?
I don't know.
Shit! He has clip-ons.
No.
So you are retired.
49 years old. No. I left because the state, like I lived in a building where that was secure. It had
Right.
like security and it had, but every morning I was stepping over a crackhead
Oh, yeah.
That's beautiful, man.
to get out of
I
my
miss
apartment.
that.
But the only reason why he stayed there is because I didn't yell at him. I didn't yell at him to get out. Sometimes I would drop food. I'd drop my lunch. Like I'd walk out, my wife would make me lunch. I just drop my lunch down there and I just go to work. I can get something at the vending machine. You know what I mean? So the guy was going. Obviously,
You were making it nice and comfortable for him to live there.
Well, I was trying to, but it just got to
Tossing a little chip under his pillow.
a lot of my stuff. My car kept get broken into in the underground. My e-bike, my $3,000 e-bike got stolen.
Colin was
Oh,
a
that
crack
sucks.
fairy.
It was only to go to steal car and back from Gage and Cumberland to Kenilworth. I didn't drive
Right.
anywhere else because I didn't want to
Shout
look
out
like
to 210 Cumberland.
230.
Oh, damn. 210. I know them people.
Yeah,
all those girls from the Power Rangers did nude stuff. It's all on Pornhub, the guy said.
Yes, I know. That's what we were talking about.
And this guy said, Bunjo, what is comeback made from? That's for another show.
We'll talk about that later. Not when we have such a respectable person on. Come on.
Hey, Joe. V,
Are you saying I'm the respectable person, Colin?
You're an educator. No, you're an educator. You're
dude.
trust me.
Apparently, I've been told that I'm the least respectable or responsible educator by the powers that
See,
be.
that's what jealous educators say to real educators.
Well, thank you for saying that, Colin. I appreciate that because I've questioned my whole. Am I what's going on here kind of thing, right? Like what's, because I'm getting in shit for things that I used to do all the time. And I'm granted, I'm at a different school. It's changing so much. And I don't know. Like, I'm not really, please let me retire early. Just let me go.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But it's crazy for them to even think that the people that helped you learn the most are the ones that you have a personal thing with, like not personal.
I think so.
Yeah.
My teachers that I remember, the teachers that told me stories about their life, kind of thing, right?
I don't remember the teachers that, like, I couldn't tell you my math teachers, like,
right.
I couldn't. I know she was a little small blonde beside the gym class, and she used to kick me out before class started every day, but. Screw her.
Yeah. Look at you now. You got your own website or your own YouTube site.
What's up? I think her name is Miss Vander something. I can't remember her name. Vander.
Oh.
She's a great name. You know who I'm talking about? Little blonde girl.
Yeah.
Van Dierman. Van Dierman would be her name. Van Dierman. She had
No.
Her husband taught at Ainsleywood.
No, it wasn't her.
No, it wasn't her.
I don't know who that is, but that sounds like another movie he's been watching on Pornhub. But like, her name was. She was actually. I remember Mr. DiLimberto.
Yeah, Mr. DiLimberto. Yeah.
I remember I was
vice principal.
Yeah, I was sitting there before class even started in the morning, and he comes in like whistling, and I'm in his office already. He's like, "What the hell are you doing here?" He's like, school hasn't even started yet. I'm like, she's told me my class is here today. She's like, no, you go back. And then she got in trouble because I guess you're not allowed to do that, yeah?
Well, you probably shouldn't send a kid to the office before he's ever done anything wrong anyways,
Yeah, she just didn't want to deal with me, she said.
I can't really blame her, Joe. I'm just kidding.
my music teacher got fired because he was smoking a joint at the music portable.
Wow.
And, Mr. Perry was a hilarious one.
Mr. Corso was his name, Mr. Corso.
Do you remember? Colin, Mr. Ford? He was.
I don't know. I didn't go to Delta.
No, he taught at Ainsleywood.
Oh, wait a minute.
He was like construction.
Yeah, like mechanical. Yeah.
Yeah, construction or mechanic. Yeah, not mechanics. Like not a car fixer.
No, not car mechanics, but like engineering type.
Yeah.
Welding and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
I worked with Al. He's a great guy.
He's not too bad, man. He got me in trouble. Well, actually, I got myself in trouble. Never mind.
Hey, you know what? Good. All those people that are listening out there, Colin just said that right. Good for you, Colin, for accepting the responsibility of it. He never fired. He never sent you to the like. You got
no. He didn't kick me out for smoking weed in the class. No.
No, but who was smoking it?
That's exactly. It was my fault.
Yeah,
That's why.
yeah,
That's why
yeah.
I
Hey.
quashed the story.
Yeah.
Hey, that's like
Where you guys going?
I used to be a big troublemaker in school and at work, and I used to think the same thing for authority. People would be like, "Oh, he's such an asshole." I'm like, "Well, no, he's just my boss, and I'm a bad employee or I'm a bad student." You know.
I used to make my
Saying-
teachers laugh,
His mom's
right? Like to the point where they had to give me shit.
Might be in the
Like,
car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was making them laugh, and they didn't want to laugh
It's
at
in the
it.
car.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah. I remember this one time.
But you're the guys. You're like that type of student. I like those students.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, you see, you remember that Miss Har something? She was an English teacher, Miss Hargreaves or something maybe. Harwell.
Wow. Yeah. I
Yeah.
forget. At your
Yeah.
age, like she's. I mean, I think she's been retired for 10, 15 years now.
Yeah, so that girl, she used to make us do poetry in front of class, and I used to have I didn't like speaking in front of the class, right? But she used to. So the one time she said, whoever wins this, whoever writes the best poem gets a box of Timbits, right? So I wrote a poem, not thinking I'm gonna have to do it because she already kind of knew I didn't like speaking in front of the class. So I wrote a poem like where it's subliminally talking about her getting banged by her husband, and I had to read it in front of the class. Ended up getting kicked out, but everybody liked it. But I mean,
I'm sure she didn't like it though.
She laughed when she kicked me in the hallway. She out inside the classroom, she hated it. But outside the hallway, she laughed.
She's like, "Can I have a copy? Can I have a copy?" Of that?
I gotta show my husband that one. That was good.
And she's like, it's funny.
Bye, sweetie.
I can't let.
I love
she's
it
like,
so
I can't
much.
let you get away with it, you know. And I was like, oh,
That's funny.
You know what? I say
funny.
that
See
to
you,
my
sweet.
wife and my family every time I kiss them goodbye. I love you so much. I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's the world's too short and too a disgraceful place to not say that to people that you do love, right?
Yeah.
Like you, Joey. I love you, buddy.
Yeah, I love all you guys, man. I've been saying this to Colin. I always encourage everybody. Like, I always encourage everybody, even if whatever it doesn't, even if they hate me. Like a lot of people hate me, but
Nobody hates
it's
you.
because
No, I don't think
I
anybody hates you, Joey.
no, I speak my mind a lot. Like when I'm indifferent to ideas sometimes, but I'm like no hard feelings. It's like that joke where Theo Vaughn always says no offense, but then he says something really offensive, you know.
Joe,
That's-
Joe, they're just jealous of you, Joe.
No, man, nobody's jealous of me. I'm just out here. Oh shit! Let's sing a Juicy Fruit song.
First thing we climb a tree, and then we'll talk, or sit
man.
silently
Dude, what?
and listen to our thoughts. Illusions of someday, touching a golden light. No dress rehearsal. This is our life.
There we go.
That's
huh?
when the hornet stung me, and I had a serious dream with revenge and doubt.
He always does this.
Smoke them out.
He's entertaining your group.
Yeah, he's serenading the guest.
He's doing a wonderful job.
Yeah.
You know what's
So, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, now that I'm not playing like I used to play every day, kind of thing. How sore my fingers get when I play now.
Dude, I just
Like-
right now. I had to stop. Thank you.
Excruciatingly painful now, and I used to play like entire nights and it not bother me at all. And now I can't even get through a song now without it hurting.
So, what do you think
I
of?
suck.
What do you think of Nickelback? What do you think of Nickelback?
I think that they used to sell coffee for
not
$1.
you, not you.
You know
Yeah.
what?
So,
you know,
so
you can-
Nickelback. Hold on. Let's say this: Nickelback versus Gordon Downey's band. What's it? No, Tragically Hip. So Tragically Hip is by far the better band, right, to Canadians. But worldwide, Nickelback.
Yes, totally.
You know, and you can't take like I know like people like to make fun of Nickelback, but you you can't take too much away from them. You know what I mean?
You know what? I agree totally. Like I'm not a big Nickelback fan, but go and write a hit song.
Yeah, and
it's easy to say. Oh yeah, you go. Yeah. Oh no problem. Well, go and write. Like one of their hits, whatever song it was. Whatever. Go and write that. See if you can do. And all of a sudden you can't do that. Why can you not? Because they have some talent. It's not my. I don't like. I don't go out and buy Nickelback's records. No, but I can appreciate.
But we know them.
I can appreciate their talents and what they do, right? And I realize as well that all their hit songs, like he's got a formula that he follows. The chorus has to start by a minute and 30 seconds, or 35, 40 seconds. It has to start. And I've heard some guy put up 2 Nickelback hit songs. I don't know which ones they were, and the chorus came in at the exact same time, and with both the songs put on at the same time. Right? He follows a formula. The formula obviously sells records.
Are you saying that they're built for just built for making kind of hits? They know how to do it, so they're like, I'm just gonna keep making hits.
Absolutely.
And not music.
Absolutely. And, well, it is music still, but it's not.
But if you look deep down in their lyrics and some songs, it's not really bubblegummy. They're talking about having sex and getting girls down on their knees.
No.
You know?
Hey, their Delilah is bubblegummy.
Yeah. But like Tragically Hip, like as like a Canadian as we are, we all know Tragically Hip. The stage presence by Gord Downie is far superior than that.
Come on, man.
But to the rest of the world, they don't know who the hell they are. You know?
Yes.
It's crazy.
You're right. Right. Now,
but they know who Nickelback is, and that always bugs me about music. It's like, man, you don't know who the real good band is, like the actual best band of Canada. I think Tragically Hip is the best band. Yeah, call it.
You know what I used to hate though is when you'd say like, "Have you ever heard of Tragically Hip?" And they're oh no, I haven't heard of them. They're a great Canadian band. And they're like, "No man, but I have heard of Bare Naked Ladies." I'm like, okay, yes, they're talented. They're very good songwriters, but
isn't Drew Carey the lead singer?
They don't represent Canadian music. You know what I mean? Like,
no, that's true. They don't. The thing I like most, and I've already said this about the Hip, is that the same 5 guys stuck together. Like, think of another band. If there is another band, I can only think of one other band that's been together for the same 4 people in the band for 30 years.
None of the
U2 is the only band I can think of that's been together. Like, not even the Stones.
That's true.
Oasis are brothers, and they couldn't even keep it together.
Right. So think about and think about all the like in the movie that I don't know if you guys saw the Hip movie, like when their last tour, but when they said how much time they spent together
at the Hamilton.
Yeah, I was at the last one too. My ex. Oh, listen to this.
I was in Bob Cajun. I was in Bob Cajun.
So my girlfriend at the time, I was out of the hospital, and my girlfriend at the time wanted to take me to the Hip show, and I was like I had seen them already 20 times, and they were like $300 a ticket. You know what I mean? Like, and she had just got tickets. We had just went and saw Elton John and paid $300 a ticket for Elton John tickets. And I'm like, no, I don't want you to spend that kind of money on a show that I've already seen. Then my ex-wife got a couple of free tickets. And so she asked me if I want, like, she even offered, she said, you can take both of the tickets and take your girlfriend at the time. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. You got them for free. It's only, I'll go with you.
I seen the Hip. Well. I seen the Hip at Niagara on the Lake one year, and I was like, they used to play that I think yearly, right, for Canada Day. And I went there, and it was like the little Amish community kind of, or Jewish community it might be. And I went there and I did a bunch of mushrooms with these guys that like to ride motorcycles, and and I remember just sitting there and I was watching Gord Downie. And I was like, I remember I was just sitting there. I was so tripping out on mushrooms. I was laying on the grass. It was daytime because it was like an all-day festival. And I was just laying on the grass. Next thing you know, it's dark and everybody is like standing around me. And I'm the only guy laying down. Everybody else is dancing to music. I get up. I'm like, what the hell? And I see Gord Downie. And it like tripped you out so bad because it feels like he's always like talking like so theatrically. You know what I mean?
Talking
Like,
right to you.
Yeah.
He is. He's certainly he's certainly an entity to watch, isn't he?
Yeah.
I seen the
man.
the
Dude,
last
on
concert.
on mushrooms, watching him, like it was just like that's when I realized, holy shit, this guy. Like I already knew he was good, but when I seen him that time, I was like, this guy is so. I think mushrooms open up your mind to respect things, you know. So it's like
psychedelics always open up your eye.
So it's like
let's right now raise a glass to Gordon Downey. Sorry.
I would love to do that. I'm just going to top up my drink right now, and then I will happily raise a glass to Gordon Downey.
Joe can finish his story because he's right.
That was all right though. Yeah, Colin's drunk and he loves it. Oh,
I'm so sorry.
Gordon Downey.
I'm so sorry, man. But yeah, God love you.
Yeah, to Gordon Downey, man.
So, anyways, finish that story. You're right about the psychedelics.
That's basically it. Yeah, and that's basically it.
Like, just I mean. I don't know. If I could ask you to play a song right now, a hip song.
Okay, I'll play a hip song.
Okay.
I'll
put my
Do you know poets? Do you know poets or no?
I don't know poets.
And that's one way. That's
I have a feeling I know what song he's gonna play.
What?
It might start with a G and have an A minor in it.
I don't know.
Oh, dude, I like that Fiddler's Green song too. You guys know that one?
Oh yeah, I do know that one.
I do that.
That one's a good one. Fiddler's Green's a good one.
Do you do it in E?
Fiddler's Green. I do it in open.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna set this up so you.
Yeah. So we're not. Yeah. Hey, it's not every day you get 2 free concerts. Oh shit.
He took him out.
No, he kicked himself out. Yeah, hey. Oh, I wonder if he knows how to do it.
Yeah, he came on.
Get back in. Oh,
he came on.
It was like such a long time ago, so he
dropped the link.
Realize,
he must have hit it by accident.
It's in his DM box on Messenger, Bubba. I'm gonna message him. I just sent him the link. Yeah, he's pretty rad though, eh? What do you think? He's like one of my favorite
awesome,
teachers,
dude.
This guy. Yeah.
Dude, this is
imagine this guy's a teacher. It's a legend. Like for him to get grief, it kind of saddens my heart and I lose respect for the society. It's like, come on, dude. Like this guy's great, man. It's like awesome. Things that you remember is this guy. You don't remember fucking Mr. Whatever. You know what I mean? Mr. I don't even know their names because I can't remember them. You know?
Mr. DiLiberto was my favorite teacher, man. That guy, he let me sleep because he knew I was listening.
Mr. DiLiberto was my vice principal.
Nice, there he is. Hold on, I'll get him.
Guys, I don't know what happened.
It's all right.
Okay.
I don't usually drink on the stream here, eh? And special occasions.
Whatever.
Yeah, this guy's a lush. No, I'm joking.
I love you guys. Oh. I love you guys so much.
Yeah, this guy. Jeez, eh?
Go ahead, mister.
Kill it.
I'm trying to get it there. Okay, yeah. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Were you able to?
September 17.
Damn.
Oh, sorry.
Damn, that was weird. Oh, you muted it.
September 17.
Oh, you have to mute it. You have to unmute it. You have to press the mute.
There we go.
Yeah, there you
go. Sorry,
it
fell down on me. And I crushed my nut there.
Usually that's what happens when we're drinking, right?
Yeah.
Because you're connected, bro. That's why.
Can you hear that okay?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
September 17. For a girl I know it's Mother's Day. sun is gonna leave. That's where he will stay. When the weather rains, steering blue eyes 7. Falstaff sings a song for a friend, for a boy in Fiddler's Green. Are you in the same room as Colin?
No,
Yeah,
he isn't now.
Because your name, Colin's name now is above Joe's head.
I know Joe.
You know that?
Joe likes my name above his head. It's
Okay. I just didn't see.
My wifey says Happy New Year's to you guys.
Happy New Year to your wife.
Happy
Why
New
would
Year.
she marry you, Joe?
Oh, she's
I'm just kidding. Because you're a hell
You
of
know
a
what?
guy.
You know what? Mickey, what an amazing woman.
Yeah.
What's your wife's
Put up
name?
with that guy's bullshit. To put up with that guy's bullshit. I'm
Hey,
just kidding. No, he's
she
great.
does a lot for the community. She helps out with the special needs.
She does.
Oh, does she really? Oh, gotcha.
No, we do it. We're pretty good. We try to help out everybody. You know. That's
good.
why that's why when I seen your thing on the Facebook, I was like, oh, that's nice. You know, it's nice.
Thank you.
Nice
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna add you on Facebook, and we're gonna have a chat.
Facebook. Yeah, man. That's Oh shit, he left again. Colin, I'm just in Colin's living room watching nothing by myself again. Yeah, but yeah, man, it's beautiful about this stuff. We get to intertwine with each other and get to know new people. It's like going to school, except for we're not learning much, or are we learning more? Who knows, right? But it's beautiful. I love being a YouTube doer. Yeah, maybe I got to send him a text. I don't know. But I'm getting tipsy off that red wine, baby. I'm getting those. Look at that. Purple lips, baby. Let me add this guy. Send a photo, baby. Oh, look at those lips. Those are grapey purple.
My wife just cut me off.
Cut you off what?
Drinking.
Oh. Yeah. I was like this. Mute.
Where did Mr. Kev go?
He clicked the button again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, because it's hard because he's connected to the cell phone with the headphones. So it's like when you lean back or move a little bit, it's gonna fall, right? And then when you pick it up, it ends.
What an awesome show, bud.
No, it's a little bit. It's pretty good. It's different, huh? That's for sure. He's a good guy.
No, he's a great guy, man. Great guy. Great
man.
person. What time is it? Oh, shit.
I don't know if that's the end of him, but I wanted him to get through the whole song because I want to clip it and make it a little short and stuff, and because it's like, oh shit, the teach is back, boy.
Don't clip mine though.
The teach is back. No,
mine was horrible.
Like I don't have enough time to clip it though. I always say I'm gonna clip something, but it's like it's a lot of work to sit there and watch everything and clip it.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? Fat cat, Russell Crowe.
Yeah, maybe.
Fat win, baby. Yeah, dude. I remember, man. I used to think like this guy has that Stone Cold Steve Austin voice in school. You know what I mean? Stone Cold Steve Austin voice with hair. That's
what the hell are you talking about, Uncle? That's Steve.
That where you lose your breath and you talk when you talk. He's like, brother, like that, you know. So much work to clip.
Don't go clear.
So much work to clip. Yeah, I'm not sitting there watching 3 hours, 2 hours
You totally
of
missed
myself.
that. You missed that.
Oh,
You squirted water all over my face.
beautiful. Nobody missed it. It's on film. That's the weird part about this.
Yeah. Look at my shirt.
Colin's like, can everybody give me a stand ovation every time I do something? No, but yeah, man, I don't sit there and just watch my own videos. It's weird. I don't even like listening. This guy thinks I'm gonna just sit there and clip everything. Russell Crowe
You don't watch your own videos?
Yeah, and sing my own songs. Yeah. Oh, yo, check this out. I wrote this, and I'm just listening to my own music like Kanye West. All I do is watch Le Spook through Young Creeper's window.
Oh,
yeah, damn. I know they're a couple. They're a power couple of 2022. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know if he dipped or what. His phone died. I don't know what happened. But
I don't know. But
it was,
yeah.
if that was the end of him, I'm sure he'll be another. I think he'll be on again. I think it's a beautiful time. Beautiful time, you know.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to get insight. Like, you know, like to talk to your teachers about stuff like that. Like you always wondered as students, like, how fucked up is it? You know, how fucked up is school in your eyes? Like, was it as fucked up as we were thinking, or what? You know?
Yeah.
And was it like because like the whole time, I knew I was right. I was like, school is not for everybody, and it's like, and he kind of cemented that idea, like school is a bullshit thing now.
It's starting to be, yeah.
Well, I think a lot of teachers have already been doing that since I was in school, like making it feel like it's worthless. That's why a lot of kids fail, because it's like, be a teacher. It's hard work because the kids that fail are the real projects. Like, those are the kids that you have to cater to and make them learn. You're not making the straight A students learn better. You're making the kids that have learning deficiencies learn better. Like Colin.
I was going to say. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's. Yo, dude, this guy still hasn't given me...
Chicken eating motherfucker.
Yeah, he hasn't even gave me his jalapeno recipe, this son of a... You know? Give me that shit, man. Yo, he sent me jalapenos, and I'll tell you, I want more. They're damn good.
Dude.
What?
Oh. I'm gonna
you got them on your piano?
Dude, no. I'm going to send you some.
I thought you were pointing to your piano behind you. I was like, you got
some
piano?
No. Actually, no. They're actually in the kitchen next to the piano.
There he is. Guess who's back?
Sorry about that. Just give me a second, guys.
All right, here. I'll just give us a thumbs up when you...
He's changing into a Spinal Tap uniform.
Sorry, guys. My phone died.
All right. Yeah, that's what we thought. We said that. I just said that. I was like, this guy's phone probably died.
But yeah, man, what an awesome show. I completely enjoyed talking to you, Mr. McLean.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Oh, shit. This guy said he's not giving me his candied jalapenos recipe. You son of a bitch. I gave you my goddamn home in Croatia, and you can't give me a recipe? You know?
And you gave him COVID, too. You gave him COVID.
And you gave me COVID. You son of a bitch. Yeah. Hey, Kevin, you into wine, or you don't like wine?
I love wine.
Yeah. What color?
I hate saying this, but I kind of like all booze.
Oh, me too, man.
I like wine too, but it's not the kind of wine you guys like. It's more like
yeah, we know, Colin.
Yeah, they give you a killer.
Yeah.
I'm sure people are catching on to that fact.
Yeah,
this may be actually my last broadcast.
Why?
No, I'm lacking in funds to pay for internet.
Damn, hey, we're gonna have to send you some internet money. Give you that fucking. Maybe I'll send you a router so you can steal off your neighbors in Collingwood.
Yeah, that's too far away. It's actually long distance from here to Collingwood. Long distance.
Damn,
next town over. It's fucked up.
Damn, yeah, man. Yeah, actually, I'm going to where am I going next week? I'm going to this city that got submerged underwater. The whole city. It's called Miramar in Cordoba, close to Atlantis.
Miramar, isn't that in Vietnam? Sorry.
No, that's its own country, but Miramar here. There's actually two cities, one in Buenos Aires province and one in Cordoba, and so geography. I don't know, right? Geography.
You got it. Good for you, buddy. I love it.
And I've always been
that, Joe.
Yes. And so now I'm going there. This whole city has been submerged. They have this Hitler used to stay there at this hotel called Grand Vienna Hotel. And so it's kind of cool because Hitler's always interesting to everybody. If you like history, you can't ignore Hitler.
He died in 1960 something, didn't he? Died in 1960s. He died.
Nah, dude, He died in 1990 in Argentina. I'm going to his house to visit him.
Holy shit,
Yeah.
that's a long time.
Yeah, 1990, bro. His house is in Bariloche in the province.
It's where?
The
Sorry?
city. In Bariloche. It's,
Bariloche.
Yeah, it's in the province of Rio Negro, and that's a beautiful
Say that.
place.
You can't say that on.
You should do a geography post thing or like.
Yeah. Oh, I wanna actually make a whole. I'd like to know how. It's just the graphic part of it, like making the map of where I've been, and kind of like a short video. You know.
I can show you how to do that. I can show you how to do that.
It's just like me driving in a little airplane, a city, kind of just with the trail behind me. It'd be kind of cool. Yeah.
Be very cool.
Yeah, I like the whole traveling and seeing everything and doing things that you're not used to, or eating things that you're like, what the hell is that? You know. But it's like, it's not so bad once you have it.
So I might, Joe, I might have you when things get better and like we can be seen in class, that kind of thing. And next time you're in Hamilton, I'm gonna have you come in and talk to my kids.
That'd be awesome.
I will, yeah, for sure.
That'd be awesome.
I'll probably be in there back in Hamilton 2023.
I've done that, eh?
I'm shooting for.
Okay, wait, how many? I don't. Sure. That's one thing with my stroke. Dates and stuff like that. I am totally screwed up with dates.
Not this year. Next year, probably after. So it'll be this will be the second semester of school, and then you'll have one whole year, and then I'll be in the first semester and after that of school.
That's perfect, bud. That's perfect. I love it. I'm gonna hold you to that too.
Yeah, I'll be there, and that's I like talking about shit.
The topic's gonna be this loser kid that I had in high school is now this. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, Joey.
Yeah,
I actually did that.
This guy that was going nowhere in life has now traveled the world.
So you know how I was telling you I was ADHD and stuff, right? So I went to special education classes. I took a cab to a different school, and I the 15 weeks and blah 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 blah. Right? I didn't need it, but I was just because I was lazy, and I see that now. But I actually had my own business as a welder, as a subcontractor for different companies, and my teacher asked me to come and speak to her class because most of the kids were, look, I'm boring the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Because some of the kids in the class were always, I'm going to be on welfare my whole life and this and that. Well, no, because we got a guy who was in our class and I taught him, and now he owns his own business as a welder, and I had to explain to these kids, you know how people tell you you're stupid? It's because they don't know you. You're not stupid. You just learn differently. I had when I got my GDD 8. What is it?
GDD, whatever. Yes, I know what you mean.
I got mine in an interview.
GED?
I didn't have to do any courses. I just did an interview with the teacher, and she's like, "Here's your GED," and I'm like, "Well, what are you talking about?"
You get a certificate once you become gay?
Yeah. It's called the Homo erectus. Homo erectus. That's when they know that you are.
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
Active. But anyways, they gave me the GED, and I said, "Well, what courses do I have to take?" And she says, "Well, you seem pretty educated," because I did educate myself from actually starting from kindergarten, and now I'm still learning particle physics. Like I'm actually doing an online course right now on particle physics. It's a dummy course. It doesn't mean I'm going to get a degree in it, but it's just I love particle physics. I think it's so fascinating. You know what I mean?
It's a goal, man. You gotta always have a goal in life. If you don't have a goal in life, then that's how you become depressed.
I used to always
talk about depression and starting goals, man.
I used to always talk
Joe. That's right.
Shit I never had.
Just like Jordan Peterson says, start off with cleaning your room, brother. Start off with cleaning your room. Set a goal. Set a daily goal. That may not mean much to anybody else except for yourself. That's it.
And what most of you don't know is he says this to me a lot. Joe says this to me a lot.
Well, Joe sounds like he's got the words and the wisdom of a 37-year-old gentleman, and he does, right? He does. No, it's good.
He helps me out in ways that people would never understand.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and he just has to say a couple words. You know what I mean? And it's like, shit, I know where he's coming from. Yeah.
Well, and And Joe, you need to listen to Colin saying and take that into your soul, and like you have the power to do that for people.
He doesn't like he doesn't like compliments. He doesn't like
in a
compliments.
positive way though. So there, like I had this revelation when I was in my mid-30s that for some reason people just like to hang out with me. You know, like I remember having this sort of I'm going to test this thought, you know, this theory, and I went into this room and I was kind of in a pissy mood. And I was, you know, and people still wanted to hang around with me. And I was like, so I realized then I've got this gift that people just like to hang out with me. And I can't 100%. Take that I have to take that seriously. I can't take that lightheartedly, right? Like I can't, you know, and you, Colin, as a musician, right? Like I viewed it in this way, like, you know, like no one says, hey, great job, accountant, you know, or great job. They all go, great job, rock star. You know what I mean? So everyone wants to be a quote unquote rock star or playing music on stage. So what right do I have to go up and piss on their dream by not having a good time on stage?
Yeah.
You know
right?
What?
Like I got like,
and it's great too. Like, you know how you play music, right? At a campfire, say, right?
Yeah.
Where there's not a lot of people that are musically educated, right? So they don't understand the mistakes that you made and all this kind of stuff. Right. But they come up and they're like, oh my God, that was best. You know what I mean? And you're like, wow, you know what I mean? Like I didn't even, I fucked up so much.
I wasn't even trying. I was playing shitty and they still want to be me.
You know, or like when I play music
or want to do that.
Half the times I don't even know the chords I'm playing. Like I don't know theory of music. And some guy will come over and he'll be like, oh, you're one of those guys. And I'm like, what? He goes, you're one of those guys that can just make it sound like the real song. And it's not even a real song. He goes, I have to sit in my room, you know, 4 hours a day and practice just to get half of what you do. And it's like,
so that's a lucky gift that you have, right, Colin?
Well, I guess I don't see it as a gift, but
no, I didn't know
it as a
Colin,
gift.
I didn't see it as a gift either. But as soon as you start to see it as a gift, and the gift is that other people would love to be able to do what you're doing right there. So that's a gift. So because of that, I at that point when I realized that, I had to take it more seriously as a you know, like I don't want to piss on someone's dreams of doing what I do every night. Now I'm up there not having a good time. Like who's going to want to come and see me play again if I'm fulfilling their fantasies of doing what, you know, standing on stage and singing a song, and now I'm hating it right now?
Yeah.
Like I might as well go piss on their cornflakes while I'm
You know what though? And I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this as whatever.
Out of school.
You know what? I've so many times I could have got laid just for playing a song. You know what I mean? Like, and
do you know how many guys would love to be able to, you know, have that experience?
Yeah, and I just
every guy would love to be able to have that, and you just happen to have that on Tuesday night.
Hey, I'll tell you.
You know what I mean? So because of that, you know, it's a gift that you have that you don't want to, you know, ruin someone else's dreams of doing that and making light of what you're getting a chance to do.
Kevin, you remember when you were talking about your buddy with the strippers or whatever? It's like I used to have that, and everybody used to hang out with me because I was friends with all the strippers. So I used to see those guys every day, but they used to hang out with me because they thought like because they were with me that I would like be like, hey, check out my buddy, you know, he's a good whatever, you know. It's like, dude, it doesn't work like that, you know. And they always hung out with me.
Did you ever get a phone call from Joe about coming out and hanging out with him when he was in that stage? I never got a phone call. Hey, come on down. I'm hanging out with a bunch of strippers.
Like, hey, man,
you
want some trickle down pussy, man? You want some trickle down pussy? I got them for you.
Yeah, I never got that. I never got that phone call.
You know why? Because strippers don't give trickle down pussy. It's only musicians that give trickle down pussy.
Yeah, that's right. And I suppose we never threw it down to Joe.
Like I would get all of Kevin's fat kicks.
Right? Dude, I was a businessman. I wasn't doing anything for free.
In the music industry, I would get all of Kevin's trickle down fat chicks.
I never had any fat chicks.
See, then I'm doing good already. I'm already doing good.
Colin's like that. Yeah, I never had any chicks, I guess.
As they say in
dude, I remember for a while there. I don't know if this sounds bad or not, but whatever. I used to, for like 5 years, I used to have like you guys. It felt like I was a rock star, different girl all the time. And it was like I didn't even know.
I've never.
I didn't know like some of them. I don't even remember their names. Some of them were like best friends of each other. It was bad. It got bad for a while.
Well, bad's a tough word. It's bad or good.
Yes, it felt good to me, but everybody else was telling me it was bad.
Yeah.
You know what though? You got lucky. You didn't have to, take any medication for some drips or stuff or like.
Yeah, that's true.
Man. That's actually one thing I've been pretty good at. No random kids with random people. You know? Yeah, well, I don't know. I never talked to them again. You know what I mean? I remember.
I got a 19-year-old kid here.
I remember I went to Toronto this one time and this band was playing. I went to actually pay for the concert, and I ended up because of what I did. I ended up partying with them after, and it was like these guys. I thought like my life was wild, and I was like, Jesus Christ, I gotta get out of here before I mean, these guys are crazy wild. Like some of these band members, they go hard, man. You know?
They go hard. They sure.
They go hard.
Oh man.
What's the craziest Hamilton band that you like experienced?
That I experienced, like that I played with, or that I.
Or like a novelty, like something you heard about, like that you're like, oh, in Delta, we always heard of the Dirty Dozen, the girls that banged the whole football team.
Oh yeah.
Right.
But like, what's the like the thing that you always heard of in a Hamilton scene, like for music?
The frozen hot dog?
Oh, I don't know if I could say that out loud.
I don't know if I can say that, but yeah, maybe you don't have to answer it.
I really don't know if I could say that to a former student out loud.
I know that's what's tricky about it, huh?
Yeah, it's frozen hot dog, sure.
Yeah.
We'll save that for a phone call later.
Yeah, that's perfect.
FaceTime, bro. FaceTime.
Yeah, we'll save that for a FaceTime expose.
Yeah, because there's lots of because like during my time in my heyday, there's tons of stories that you can't like you can't tell anybody. You know what I mean? It's just like you can't tell anybody.
Yeah,
and I'm sure.
Yes, you can.
Yeah,
and certainly a podcast isn't going to be a good place to start telling people.
No, yeah, especially one where like it's usually connected to the local people. You know? Yeah. So. Yeah, we can't.
I mean, I could use this platform to talk about my anal abscess, but I don't.
Yeah, I remember the
David Fisher, that causes,
No, yeah, man. But yeah, Hamilton was a fun place, I think, to grow up.
Hamilton's a great city.
Yeah, there's lots of different aspects to it for sure. But yeah. I think now it got so clouded with negativity and depression and just overall dirtiness that it's kind of tarnishing its image a little bit. Before it was kind of nice,
Well, yeah, it was, and I mean, we're known as a steel town. We're known as a steel town, right? But we're not a steel town anymore.
No,
Stelco and DeFasco. I know it's not called that anymore, but in my sense, it'll always be Stelco and DeFasco. They're not a steel town, but everyone thinks of Hamilton as a steel town because when they come over the bridge, what's the first thing they see?
Smokestacks, yeah.
Smokestacks in Steel Town, right? One thing, and I'll punt this to you, Joe, and you can let me know if you think it's a good idea, is so that's not being used anymore down there, Stelco and DeFasco. I mean, it is a little bit, but it can be bought.
Not before,
And there was talk of moving Canada's Wonderland because the rent's so expensive north of Toronto there.
Yeah.
That it was cheaper. I was reading an article. It would be cheaper to move all the games to a new location than it is for the rent there. And one of the locations was just on the other side, in between Hamilton and Cambridge. Damn. It was one of the locations, and then I thought, well, if they're going to move it, what about if they cleaned up the Hamilton Harbor there, like and down by Stelco and DeFasco, and put it there?
Yeah, I think.
How great would that be for the city of Hamilton? I
think that'd be huge. I think because if you think about it like that, like they had the whole talk about casinos and stuff. I think a Wonderland would be way better than a casino.
Yeah.
Because casino.
And then when people go over the bridge, they see tourism. They see Canada's Wonderland, not Steel and Stelco and DeFasco, right?
turn that shit into Orlando. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
Think
what
about all
I'm
the
saying.
jobs it would create.
What's going on here?
Oh man, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Pump that
That-
on your.
that-
on
that's
your-
actually-
Pump that on your.
that's
on
actually-
your talk.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah,
get
that's
this
pretty.
guy?
That's a pretty. Yeah, is your? What is that? Is that you?
No, it's not me.
Oh,
Okay, it's over.
it's-
It's over.
Yeah, no, but that's actually. Oh, he's gone again.
Damn it.
he gets shy when Colin comes around. Eh?
I go for a pee and I come back and I'm like, he's like, yeah.
He's like, his hands smell like. Oh, sorry, Joe, my phone died. I'm trying to get back on now.
It's all good. That was like an hour ago.
Yeah. Oh, that's when he's. Yeah, he couldn't have been just now.
Shit. I gotta take my pills.
Damn, that's what I mean. I don't know. It's been 2:20.
Oh,
What do you
shit,
think?
really? It's up to you, man.
2:20, baby. It's actually pretty good flow, huh?
I had a great time tonight, man. Great time.
I'm
I
a
caught a
quarter
little-
bottle deep.
I caught a little bit of a buzz, which I don't
Yeah.
usually do on online. And
Yeah.
I
And he
tried not
started-
I tried not to be as obnoxious as I usually am.
Yeah,
But look how wet
And,
my shirt is.
you're wet. Why are you wet? You
I spilled
spilled the water. Yeah, you did that.
I was
Yo.
an idiot. Trying to be an idiot. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
It wasn't as warm as it usually is.
damn. Squirt, baby. No, but I liked it. It was fun today.
You know what, man? I think he is an exceptional human being. I think he's a great man. He's an educator,
Yeah.
much respect, and musician. You know that just a
Yeah,
bonus.
you see the way he listens? He listens like he's a teacher, eh?
Yeah, he does. And you know what, man?
Yeah.
He gives it to you when you know. What I
Yeah.
mean? Like he's like, yeah, good point. Thank you for bringing that up. You know,
Yeah.
that's awesome. You know what I mean? Because he's just,
Yeah. Well, I think he's used to being positive because he's in the education system. I think that's the whole
That's true.
positivity thing. Yeah, it's the
We-
thing where it's like he's not going to be like, "Well, I don't know you, but that was a stupid ass point."
Oh, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It's true though. Like, I used to blame my teachers for all
I need
my
more
bullshit.
dads, bro. I can't believe I had another dad on here finally.
Aaron, Happy New Year, Aaron. Thank you for.
Oh, you just said it now.
No, I
You just
did. I
said
said it earlier. But
Yeah, I told her to come on the show, and
Oh.
she said she's a little buzzed right now. She's been drinking
That's okay.
champagne and orange juice.
I'm freaking mimosas. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm totally in the same boat.
Oh.
My wife's like upset.
Dude,
Because-
drinking on the podcast is like drinking
I
when
know.
you play soccer.
But she thinks I'm gonna go all fucking Nazi on her and Zeke high.
Damn.
But I'm not. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Aaron.
Yeah. She's awesome, man. She's a
Yeah,
good
Aaron-
person too.
such a
Speaking
nice
of good
person.
people, she's a good person.
Okay.
Her,
She's very
Kevin,
yeah.
LeSpook
She's very
needs
nice,
some work.
man. I miss Aaron. You know that I do. I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you.
That's nice, man. You're a nice guy too, man.
I try to be.
Yeah, you guys are all nice, man. LeSpook, what do you think of LeSpook? He needs some work though.
I love this guy, man. I wish he would come see me,
Yeah.
but he's afraid.
Oh,
He's
dude.
afraid. I don't know why he's
Colin-
afraid, but he's afraid.
Colin's feeling it hardcore now, eh? He's like, hey, you don't love me.
I love you. I love all of you.
It's like, LeSpook, man, you're my son, man. Why don't you come see me, my son?
Kev's back. But Kev's back. I got him. Oh, there he is.
My phone keeps dying on me.
Why? Yeah, you're plugged into the wall probably, huh? And it's
Yes,
like
I'm plugged in the wall, so now I can barely hear you because I can't. I got one of those stupid iPhones that you plug your headphones into your power thing.
Yeah, man. The iPhones.
Thank you, Aaron.
I got an iPhone, like one of the new ones, and it smashed on the floor, and I didn't buy insurance for it because I'm like, I'm never gonna break it. I never break any of them.
I got an H.
First
broke
day
it.
I got it, it broke, and I was like, you son of a bitch, right? So now I got a damn Samsung, but I'll tell you, Androids are not better.
What are you running for computer, Mr. McLean?
Did you ask me that?
Yes, sir.
Mm.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. What are you running?
I
for
can't hear
computer?
you. I'm sorry, but because I can't even. If I
No
unplug
sign
my-
language.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Nah. What is all this?
Oh my
voice
God.
shift? Oh, damn, I can't
I
believe you
promise
said
he
that
won't.
out
If he
loud.
does, I'll cut him off because I can do it. Watch, I can do
Who's
it.
Just
there?
don't ever,
See, I can do it.
call me.
Hey, there's Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron's awesome.
Aaron's awesome. She's awesome. She's
awesome
from
lady.
the
She's,
USA.
Who's Aaron, bud?
She's
from the USA.
Yeah, she's from the
She's
states.
from
and
the
she's,
USA.
Yeah, the US of A.
She's one of
Hi,
the best
Aaron from the
travel agents.
USA.
Best travel agents in the world. Best
Yeah,
travel agent.
Me and her had a follow, but I think we're friends again. I think we meshed our relationship.
It was a misunderstanding.
Oh no.
Yeah, I can get touchy sometimes, because especially like when you get lost into the whole. This is entertainment, so I gotta try to be entertaining. I try to give you that, like, just don't care about anything, you know.
Bunger
Well,
tried to make-
entertaining, bud. Your shirt is entertaining enough.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So
Great
I changed.
shirt.
It's a new me. Yes, yeah. It's a whole suit,
I
buddy.
can't see what your shirt says, Colin. Or
it just has Joe and I's face on it because
nice.
We're vain. We have vanity.
Yeah.
issues.
There was a glare on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't.
Nice.
That's my version of flashing you my boobs.
Yeah. He wears it. It's me and him together. We've never been
Because if
together.
you actually flashed you my boobs, they'd be like, "Oh shit, dude, those are real boobs." Like, what the hell?
Me and Bunjo had a fallout, but we're friends again. This guy. He's a stalker. This guy.
No, hey, this boob is one of the. He's our moderator on Twitch.
Yeah, he's good.
He's one of the greatest people. What a sense of humor on this man. You know what I mean? He's got the
He's
greatest.
funny, yeah.
I told him that
You
I
don't
loved.
know where.
I loved Indian food. He told me he hated Indian food, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because
What a
I do
story.
believe he's Indian myself.
Yeah, we don't even know where he's from.
We don't know. We don't know. We don't know if he's Indian. We don't know if he's
Yeah.
Taliban. We don't know if he's Al Qaeda.
He's nice, though. That's jokes. Oh, I'm getting messages about Mr. McLean. They're like, "Oh my God, Mr. McLean, that guy's a legend." Someone just said to me.
Yes, he is.
Nice.
Everybody-
Who was that?
Hey.
Who said that?
This other, actually, he's a Mike too.
Mike Welch.
Yeah, you know, like a lot of when you guys merged to Delta, the Scott Park kids I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I remember there was always this like, oh, these guys, these guys are here now, you know. And then you were like on that teacher side. I was like, oh, the Scott Park teachers, right? But then you were like one of the few that we like. Oh, he's a good one.
Oh, thanks, Joey. That's nice of you to say.
Do you remember the Reekers?
No, that was I was in high school when they were around. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I was a part of. I
He
was
was
a
my
part of
teacher.
RMS. Or RMF. Remember RMF?
oh, were you?
Yeah.
I had her. What is?
I wasn't really a part of it because then I didn't really know what it was about. Like, and then it was like I seen my picture on one of the poles in the mall, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm a prospective gang member.
Hey,
Plug out of
Kev,
there.
this spook just said, "Cool teacher." I wish he was my teacher in school, basically.
Mr. Kev.
Mr. Kev.
Kev.
Mr. Kev.
Well, you're a cool guy too. Who is it that said that?
Le Spook.
And Aaron said this was your
Oh.
teacher.
Yeah.
Oh, you.
And who was Aaron again? The one from the States.
Aaron. Yeah,
Yeah.
one of
That's
the.
cool.
I'm telling you right now, one of the best travel agents in the world. Should get you everything you want, man.
Well, now Aaron,
She's
can I ask you?
geography. He
I
was a
love
geography teacher.
that. I love that, Aaron. That you're a geography. Can she hear us right now?
Yes.
No,
you
yeah,
can.
yeah. She's
Okay,
she's
sorry, I
actually,
didn't
no. She asked me what subject you teach,
Oh
Hi.
yeah, geography and guitar.
and
Play
then
with-
she made a slight little comment because she's been listening. Strip clubs.
No.
I was like, no.
No.
Although, hey,
Geography.
I didn't say that he might not. Hey, he might not be educated in. He may be educated in strip clubs, but he's a geography
No.
teacher,
Hey,
music
that's
teacher.
part of life, man. That's part of life, man. That's what I call it.
She can hear.
It's called social work. If you go to a strip club, that's called social work.
Social science.
Yeah, see? You know.
If you don't get caught up in the old, misconception of.
Yeah, we help out the community, man. Single moms need help.
Sure.
Man, I'm a
And
fan.
and,
Hey,
and
Neil Young
dudes need to see dudes need to see naked bodies.
Neil
Yeah.
Young said. What
Hey.
did Neil Young say?
That's what
I'm a Neil Young fan.
Welfare mamas make better lovers.
So here's my Neil
Wow.
Young story, Colin.
Love
The
Neil
old
Young.
drummer,
I went to-
the old drummer that I played with for years, Ray Frugia is his name. He played in Junk House.
Oh
Do you know-
yeah,
do you know
of course.
Ray?
Dude, I used to jam with what's his name, the bass player, the guitar player, wasn't it? Oh, Jesus.
Russ
No,
or Dan?
he was in the Gypsy Kings too.
Hey, Kev. He
So,
said,
anyways, hang on. Let me tell you
Aaron
this.
said she taught geography of Africa and Asia for a year, and she loved it. So she was a
Oh,
geography teacher.
That's awesome, Aaron. I love that.
He broke
I
my
love
friend
that.
Keon's bass too.
So
Yeah,
here's the Neil Young story. So Ray Frugia, who drummed with me for years, the former drummer with Junk House, when he lived in my basement for years too. Not that I'm like in my basement apartment. Not he wasn't stuffed in the corner. I just stuffed him in the corner. Oh, Tom Wilson, yeah, I just stuffed him in the corner. So when he left playing with me, he got married, and who did he marry? Neil Young's sister.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Neil Young.
That's crazy.
She played the broom, and this is a true story. She played the broom, the sweeps on Harvest Moon, boom,
That's great.
and sang the oohs and ahs on it with him.
That's wild. Yeah, you have a lot of history. I remember like in class you used to tell a lot of stories about I forget the studio. Remember the studio? I think it was by Gage Park or something. You said
Catherine North Studios. Yeah.
And,
Grant Avenue, no?
Grand Avenue. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I was Catherine, not Catherine. Grant Avenue
Yeah.
Studios. That's where I
Yeah,
recorded my first record.
Yeah, and it's like in school, is this guy serious? Like, you seem like, I don't know, it seemed crazy. You know what I mean? It's like,
Well,
yeah.
I certainly was blessed with getting to play and hang out with these really, really cool musicians in my day.
Tom
Tom
Wilson.
I just stuffed him in the basement.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Tom Wilson. I don't know if you know who Keon. What's his
Keon
name?
Cross?
Yeah, Keon Cross.
I know Keon.
Yeah. No crazy man, I'm out of Jamaica, So, anyways, I'm at his apartment on Wentworth Street, and Tom Wilson comes in, picks up his bass, and Tom Wilson's playing bass. I'm playing the drums, and Keon's playing the guitar, and we're just doing a bunch of stuff. And then all of a sudden, Tom Wilson throws Keon's headless bass onto the ground, and he broke it, and he just walked out the door.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened here. Sorry, I've lost my sight of you guys.
And then it was like, man, who the hell is that guy? Like, what the hell did you do that for? And he goes, oh, that's Tom Wilson. You know Junk House? I'm like, oh, shit, yeah. Because I was actually in the video, the Junk House video, when they had that 4x4.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, when they're driving around that big 4x4. I was in the video, and I was standing on the corner when they drove by.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I thought you were going to say you're like a guitar player or something. No,
I'm not that good.
Just a guy watching.
It's just
an extra.
Well, because,
that's pretty cool.
Tom Wilson, I got connections like Ryan from Walk Off the Earth. I've jammed with that guy a few times. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm not one of those. I'm not gonna like, oh yeah, I jam with fucking. You know what I mean? Because I don't give a shit. It's music. Look at Joe's face.
But it's always nice to have someone.
As you're doing it.
Oh no, now. But I mean, back then it wasn't like. But when I was in Toronto with my brother-in-law, okay, my brother-in-law is an exceptional. He's one of my drumming influences. Okay, like this is my brother-in-law, my sister's husband. We went to a music studio on not Lakeshore. Well, yeah, I guess Long Branch. We're near Long Branch in Toronto.
Okay.
And we're in there, and there's a guy in the back, and he's playing music and stuff like that. And then my brother-in-law went back there, and all of a sudden I can hear my brother-in-law playing and stuff. And then the guy comes out, and he goes, "Oh, we're closed. We're closing now." And I said, "Oh, well, my brother-in-law is back there. I can hear him playing drums." He goes, "Okay, we'll go on back there." And when I went back there, freaking Neil Young is sitting there, and he's playing Gibson acoustic, beautiful guitar, and he's just playing. And like me and my brother-in-law sat there my brother-in-law jammed with him for a little bit. on the drums. He actually was he just used hi-hats and snare, with brushes, and he was
Nice.
kind of jamming with Neil Young and stuff. And then I was like, the whole time, because I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it until we walked out of the store, and I was like, Neil Young, you know what I mean? Like, that's great. And I said not one word to the man, even though he asked me how I was doing. I was like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
quietly going.
You know what I mean? Like,
well,
it just, you know, and they were playing Powder in the Finger.
They're playing what?
Mama, there's a white boat coming up the river.
Yeah.
Powder in the Finger. Here, I'll give you a little bit of a, right? Look out, mama, there's a white boat. Anyways, I forget.
I know where you're going with it.
Yeah, and it was just my leg fell off, and it was so amazing. You know what I mean? Just to be a part of that for like 2 seconds. You know what I mean? And it seemed like 2 seconds, and then my brother-in-law gets up and he's like, "Okay, you know," and then we walked out of the store. And I was so flabbergasted to the fact that he was jamming with Neil Young. And, you know, for 10, 20 minutes, we were standing there. And I swear to God, my brain jerked off. It orgasmed. You know what I mean? Because Neil Young right here.
Well, Tom, last time I saw Tom Wilson, he told this funny story about Ray, who used to drum with me and then drum with Junkhouse beforehand and then drum with me, and is now married to Neil Young's sister. That he called Tom one day and he goes, "Oh, I'm in Toronto," because he now lives up near Ottawa.
He does, yeah. Where I'm moving to, actually, Pembroke.
Yeah, Pembroke, yeah. So Tom goes, "Well, what are you doing?" He goes, "Well, they're giving Neil some award, so I'm just here hanging out in his hotel room with him." And Tom's like, "What? You're hanging out with Neil Young in his hotel room?" And Ray's like, "Yeah." He's playing some guitar and stuff like that. And Tom's like, "Are you kidding me? What's he playing?" And this is so Ray. Ray goes, "Well, I didn't know if they were any hits, so I didn't want to ask him because I didn't want to embarrass myself by saying, 'What song is that you're playing, Neil Young?'" Holy shit. Are you kidding me, Ray? Yeah. You're sitting in a hotel room with Neil Young and you don't know what song he's playing, you son of a bitch. And he's your brother-in-law.
You think I can pull out a Neil Young song right now?
I think you should pull out a Neil Young song.
Should.
Should pull.
Whoa, that's up to the permission of the man sitting on the bottom shelf.
You already have it. No, you go ahead, buddy. It's yours.
Oh, I dropped my guitar and it went out of tune.
Support your local artist, Colin Clark.
Yeah, no, I can't do it in tune. I got to do it in tune. No, we're not going to do that one because that includes a whole bunch of shit. You
son of a bitch. You don't know what's playing, you son of a bitch, Anderson.
Rock and roll is here to stay. More to the picture than
what an angel.
My Buncho's gay.
Yeah.
Anyways,
LGBTQ, baby.
Should Stand not. I'm not a big guy. Like, I never really played hammered and shit like that, you know. So playing guitar when I'm drinking, no. But anyways, Neil Young has like paved the way for so many guitar players and so many, like, even Gord Downie looked up to Neil Young, right? I mean, Winnipeg born.
Well, who hasn't really looked up to Neil Young, right?
Joe Banjo.
Joe Banjo, maybe.
I'm sorry, buddy.
And that's why he is just on a podcast, not playing in front of 80,000, playing guitar in front of 80,000 people.
The thing is, he's not just on a podcast.
Hey, neither are you guys.
No, I'm not claiming to be.
But you guys looked up to Neil Young, you know?
Point on that one, Joe. Great point.
And I didn't have to.
Good points.
I seen the future. I don't have to look up to him.
You know,
I look up
it's
the
funny. I
other
wanted to ask you
guys.
about the
I like
podcast
John
stuff.
Prine. Do you guys even know John Prine?
I know, yes,
Like those
John
guys.
Prine. Come on.
Yeah, I like those guys from the old days. Not this guy, Neil.
What about
Young.
Salty Dog?
I like
What about
that.
Salty Dog?
I like Otis Redding. You know, Sam Cooke. These kind of guys.
Sitting on
The real
Sam
guys.
Cooke?
Yeah. I like all these kind of guys.
Watching
these-
the
I love it.
tide rolling
Yeah.
away.
And I like
Sitting
who else do I like? I
on
like
the bay.
I like tons of older people. That's who I like
Wasting
better.
time.
Like 50s, 60s, stuff like that.
Oh, dude. Here,
Good
then
for
want me
you,
to play
Joe.
every 60s song, every 50s song.
But the 80s rock and roll and stuff, I'm not into. My stepfather tarnished that for me. Yeah.
Did he?
You're
Yeah.
mine.
He always used to sing shit like that. AC/DC and stuff. Oh my god. Get me out of here.
Have you ever heard of a band called Steel Panther?
No.
Yeah, I have.
Okay, I got to tell you this story. So it was a student teacher I had, and it was before my stroke, so it was a while ago now. And we were talking
I
about,
like that music.
and we were talking about 80s, you know, like 80s heavy metal kind of rock music, right? And he says, "Have you ever heard of Steel Panther?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't." So here's the story. They're a new band, like they're not
Yeah.
old, but they play like 80s. They have that 80s rock sound, yet their lyrics are so. They have a song called "The Shocker." They have
Yes.
a
So
few-
it's more modern, their lyrics.
Oh, very modern. You check out
Yeah.
a song
Yeah.
called "Community Property" by Steel Panther. So
Yeah.
the student teacher of mine, he tells me about this band, Community or Steel Panther. I've not ever heard of him before. He puts on this video, and they're playing in front of like 80,000 people, and they're singing every word of the song. I'm like, who are these guys? Like I'd never heard of them before. But the guy's voice is he's got a killer voice, and the guitar players, you got to check them out. They're very like
Yeah.
they're check them
Good.
out. I can't even remember the lyrics to Community Property, but it's so great.
Do you know the girl Susan Tedeschi or no? She's like a
That
blues
name
singer.
sounds familiar.
She sings a
Oh,
John
from
Prine
Hamilton area.
song. She sings a John Prine song actually. Angel from Montgomery. I don't know if you know.
Great
And
song.
it hurts so bad. Yeah, and it hurts so bad.
One of the
too.
greatest songs ever.
Yeah, that like those kind of like off like that aren't maybe too popular. Like I don't know why I like those kind of songs, but I like those kind of songs.
Angel from Montgomery's great song.
Oh man, that song is such a good, well written song. That one.
Great song, yeah.
Yeah. Look at
But do me a
Colin,
favor, when we get off this podcast, and anyone else there that's out there listening, go and check out Steel Panther and the song "Community Property." Check it out.
Property. I'm gonna write that down. Timestamp that, Jamie. But yeah, yeah.
And you'll
True
just
timestamp.
see how like, I mean, it's crazy. Sounds like 80s glam rock, like to the nines, like exactly like it, but it's new
like that-
music, like it's new.
Does it sound like that one guy? What's that? Gary Glitter?
It sounds like Bon Jovi met Poison, ran into Rat. You know what I mean? Like it's, but the lyrics.
Oh damn! Community Property. We'll listen to this. Oh yeah, actually we can't because it's on Twitch and they don't like other forms of entertainment on theirs that ain't yours.
His phone died again.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I just thought I'd stay quiet for a bit because I'm being
No, that's okay, man. That's you.
a
Man.
little obnoxious.
That's okay, man. You're doing killing it. You're making everybody wet with
Abs.
Oh shit. This
Abs that I
guy.
don't have.
All right. Hey. I wish we had a pull. What's the link?
Oh, give her the link, man.
Give her a link. Yeah, here's the link, but we actually gotta go soon, to be honest.
I'll just give her the link, man, for a minute. I want to
Yeah,
say hello to
yeah.
her because I haven't seen her in a while, and she's a really nice person.
I actually feel sick from this wine. I drank a quarter bottle. And I feel probably because I was already hungover, and I always have to have a drink on the podcast, but I shouldn't do it all the time.
And it's always nice to see Erin's beautiful smile. That's all I gotta say.
And they laugh. Her nice laugh.
Yeah, her laugh is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Where is she though? We're waiting.
Well, no,
Patiently
she's just getting set
waiting.
up. She's just getting set up. You know what I mean? It's all good. She'll be on. You're gonna hear.
Yeah. Mr. Kevo is great. I want to ask Kevin how he liked the experience being on here. I don't know if it was weird or what.
If I could speak for Mr. McLean, I think that he had a very good time and he enjoyed it. And you know what, man?
Mm.
You obviously you're a very memorable person because he remembered you, and he speaks very highly of you.
Here
I'll
we
let her.
go.
I'll get her. I got her.
Whom? I see
Hello.
the link on Twitch chat, but I don't know
Hey,
if
y'all.
you put it in YouTube yet.
How's it
Nice
going?
hair, Aaron.
What's
I like
going
your
on?
hair.
Happy New Year, Merry
Aaron.
Christmas.
Happy New Year. I'm just getting
Hey.
beer. I finished the
What
champagne.
What kind of beer? What kind of
Your
beer?
hair
The beer is
Oh, we got a 4-wit.
Yes. I got him.
Guys.
Look, there's
What's up?
Aaron.
That's
There's
Aaron.
Aaron.
USA.
Hi,
Aaron.
Aaron.
Mr.
Hold on, I'm
McLean.
gonna put us on the bottom.
So you
Okay.
taught geography, eh?
Yeah, I did.
I'm actually going to the break.
Yeah, I'm going to the bathroom too. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
two
when I
have a-
came
you
back,
two have a
I came
chat.
back from Japan, and I'm cooking pasta, so I'm a little distracted. Don't mind me, but I wanted to pop on before you guys end. Yeah, I could. The year after I got back from Japan, I taught at Japanese at a high school downtown, and I also taught history and geography of Asia and Africa because I traveled there a lot over the
That's
years
very
I
cool.
was out of the States. And I loved it. Actually, I enjoyed teaching that so much because I learned a lot. I mean, when you're reading the books and everything, because you're having to teach it, I mean, wow. Geography can show so much about a culture. So anyway, I won't get
That's
started too deep into all of that, but I love that. I think it's so much more fun to teach something like that, or I don't know. The best teachers that you have teach, a subject like that's kind of it can be really boring, but if you make it interesting, it can be like so much fun. And that's what I enjoy about it. Like teaching kids something that they didn't, know before. Something like not just like the mainstream stuff.
And
Anyway.
if I might say, Mr. McLean, Erin has the voice of an angel when she sings, by the way.
Yeah, she's a good singer too. Yeah, she's a good singer.
She's an amazing singer.
Cheers.
That's
guys.
awesome, Aaron.
Cheers.
Like,
cheers.
I want to actually talk to Erin. I've been afraid to talk to Erin, but I want to talk to Erin about actually singing some of our music.
Really?
Damn, there we go, huh? Making links everywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm serious. The first time I heard her sing, my musical heart went. Oh
You don't
my
follow her
God.
on Instagram?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
follow
you've
her.
got me on Insta. So.
Yeah, it's a DM. It's a DM away, buddy.
I know, but I don't know. I have a lot of respect for Erin. She's a very, very nice person, and I just didn't want to bug her. And
No, absolutely. Did I ever tell you guys that I was on the radio in Brazil?
Aaron, do you play any instruments as well?
I played the violin for growing up. So I played for like, I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 years.
Nice.
Only make 10. From when I was 8 to when I was 18. But I picked it back up when I was in Japan, and I used to actually sing at weddings, like wedding ceremonies in Japan, and I played my violin there too a little bit. But I wasn't as good later.
I remember singing at weddings when I was a kid.
Good for you.
My
Hang
sister
on,
and I.
I'm still here, but I gotta put the phone down for a second to drain this
Right.
pasta.
My sister and I were employed by aunts and uncles because we're Irish, right? We're all our family's from Ireland, and they used to hire my sister and I to sing at weddings and sometimes funerals or.
I once played a Irish, and you're Irish, you'll know, an Irish funeral. What's unique about an Irish funeral?
One less drunk.
Well, yeah, that's true. But the dead body was there.
Standing up in the corner. Yeah,
Standing up. I was playing beside a dead dude.
Yes, you were, and pouring drinks down his throat.
Yeah, I was blown away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
They
back.
don't allow that. They don't allow that in Canada anymore.
Well, what do you mean
As a
standing up?
As a
Like, you
2012.
He
mean
was in a
stand-
coffin when the coffin was open. Was on the stage.
Standing up.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's standing up in his
That's
coffin
wild.
like this,
Yeah.
and you pour
Yeah.
whiskey down his throat.
And here's the okay. It was in a bar.
Yeah.
It was in a bar in Burlington.
The funeral was in a bar.
Well, no, it wasn't a funeral. It was like a wake for the guy.
Yeah.
And they brought in the dead body in the casket.
An Irish guy
Damn.
don't get buried for like 3 months, man. Dude, we got to party with him for a bit.
Damn.
It's crazy.
No rest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a last party for the fucker, right? I mean,
Now, when I was gone, did anyone look up Steel Panther?
I did. I was gonna play it on. I was gonna play it,
Do it.
but I can't because we're on Twitch and they'll block us.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
They don't
yeah.
like. Yeah.
copyright
Yeah.
infringement.
Yeah. But I have it on my. I have it here.
Drinking water.
Yeah,
now.
you'll have to listen to it. But listen to it by yourself first. Don't listen to it with any kids or women around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
here
just
it is.
wild
See?
and disgusting.
I don't know if you can see it, but it's there.
But Aaron, I will be getting a hold of you to give you some music that I want you to sing.
Aaron, what kind of music do you listen to?
Anything.
I don't know. I listen to a bunch. I hate that question because I do listen to a bunch of different stuff. I love country. I love jazz. I love classical. Like I don't know. I love pop.
Well, don't try to. You're trying to you're trying to show up Joe in his podcast here. Like
No
you
one
don't have
does
to
that.
brag
Yeah,
about
we-
you listening to jazz music.
Yeah, what are you trying to do? Yeah.
No, I love anything
I'm
with
just
like
kidding.
a proper. I know. I love anything with just a proper.
Now,
melody
who's?
and beat,
Oh, we were talking about dead
to be
people.
honest.
Have you guys ever heard this song by Jeremy Fisher called "The Bride Is Dead"?
No.
Jeremy
like
Fisher
this.
is a buddy of
I
mine.
love
Talking
it.
about
I
dead
love.
people.
I love this segue.
Talking about dead people.
Oh, so we
Yeah.
can talk about this.
So Jeremy Fisher is a friend of mine from Hamilton who's like he's got a record deal.
Yeah.
And he wrote this song from an article that he read about this guy that wanted to marry his girlfriend who wanted to be married her whole life and then she died. So he wanted to marry her dead, marry her dead body. So he was reading this
That's
article
dark.
and so he wrote a song about it. It's called The Bride Is Dead. Check it out. It's a great song.
It reminds me of that. I always say that about that Kenny Rogers song, that dark song.
Sorry,
It's
say that again.
Ruby. Kenny Rogers, the Ruby song. Where he's
I'm
a
sorry?
paraplegic. Kenny Rogers. Can you
Yeah.
guys hear me? He's singing about Ruby. It's called Ruby, the song. And he's
Ruby,
singing about him being a paraplegic and his wife going out to have sex with other people. And he's like, don't bring your love to town, you know?
Yeah.
That's like
I do know that
And
song.
that-
Oh,
famous
Ruby.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
That happens to
And he-
me, and I'm
and
not
he's-
even a paraplegic.
Yeah, and he's a paraplegic, and he's sitting there by the window, and his wife always goes out and bangs other guys. And I was like, damn, that's such a dark song, but it's a good one, you know?
It is a good one. It's got a nice
Yeah.
little beat to it. Oh,
Yeah.
Ruby.
And
Don't
that's-
fuck other guys while I'm trying to marry you. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's like that's the beauty of some of those songs where it sounds like up, you know, and then it has a dark ass meaning, like
Do you
like the
guys
Hey
like
Yeah
Bruce
Hey Yeah
Springsteen?
song from Outkast.
Who?
Oh, Bruce Springsteen, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, little girl, is your daddy home? Does he like to leave you all alone? It's a
Yeah,
pedophile
John
song.
Mayer killed that song, bro. You ever see that song?
Ooh,
I've not
I'm
seen
on
John Mayer
fire.
do it.
Yeah,
But-
On Fire. Yeah, he put it on one of his newer albums actually.
I had
he got
I heard
a
John
lot of
Mayer
stick
song
from it.
in my head
Yeah.
recently. The say what you need to say.
Yeah,
Say what you need
yeah.
to
Oh
say.
man, let the
Listen to
bass. Yeah,
Have no fear for giving in. I love that one.
yeah. That's
My
beautiful.
friend,
Give a
who's a
beautiful young
musician
voice.
though, says that John Mayer's first album is crap.
Yeah, John Mayer will say that himself because it's what the studio made him do. He made him do all the pop songs, and he
Yeah.
didn't like it. And then once he became his own man, it's like the whole fake it till you make it thing. You know what I mean?
Body
Yeah.
is a
He
wonderland.
faked it till he made it,
Come on.
and that's
an
the
awesome
song that he
song.
hated. No, that's
I
a
know.
song he
He's
hated.
a true musician, and he says it's
Yeah.
crap, but I still like the pop
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah,
Fathers,
Mayer
be
was
good to your
better too.
daughters.
I saw
Darling,
him
that's a good
live,
song.
and I really, really enjoyed
And I
it.
know you can relate to that song, Mr. Kev.
Anyway, I'll be back in just a sec.
No, but he actually, I used to like the guy, but he used to be he turned into a sex fiend, and he had to go to rehabilitation for having sex with people, and ego. He had to go for ego and stuff. It's like, dude, come on, man.
I had to do that.
You know, it's like, what do you mean?
No, I had to do that for masturbation, dude.
Yeah. So, Kevin, you ever hear of musicians that you know go through stuff like that?
Hang on one second.
Oh, you can't hear it, huh?
What was that?
You ever hear of musicians that you know of that go through sex addiction and all that stuff?
Actually, I do.
Yeah.
Rich, you met him.
Story.
Well, it's not much of a story, but my buddy Rich, the drummer from Finger 11, he had to go to sex addiction.
Dude, when I seen that guy, it's not a surprise. That guy, it was wild, man.
Yeah,
and I seen him at he's wild. When I was with you at the bar at Lazy Flamingo, and this guy introduced me, he bought his shots because he said something like this. Because I wanted to buy you guys drinks because I didn't know who. I
remember that.
Yeah, and he's like, "No, I'll buy. You don't know who I am. I'll buy. It's on me." I'm like, "All right, I guess." And I was just like, and then he went and just killed the band. I remember he killed the drum set, like broke everything. I was just like, "Holy shit, this guy's fucking crazy." But I like that guy.
I want to ask Mr. McLean a question about a guitar player and singer who I really respect, and if I met her, I would give her the biggest hug in the world. Tracy Chapman.
She's wonderful. Yeah, I would give her a big hug too. I don't know.
What's the question?
Yeah, what's the question?
Yeah.
Would I give her a big hug? Yes, I would.
What do you think of Tracy Chapman?
I think she's great.
She's amazing.
Yeah, I think she's wonderful. I think she's great. I think she's amazing.
I seen her.
Colin's feeling that.
I know, dude. Yeah, you're right. No, you're 100% right. No, he's accurate. I am.
That's okay. I love it.
I'm not like this online ever. But
I don't believe.
No, seriously.
He's not. We never seen him like this.
No, I'm as animated as fuck right now. No.
So
I seen her in Toronto.
Yes.
And all I did was point at her and say, "You're a fucking legend." And you know what she did? She went,
"Do you got a fast car?"
Oh, she did. She went like
this. Did she say that? Do you have a fast car? Good one, Joe.
You got a fast car. I got a ticket to anywhere.
So
I love her,
that's
man.
like fast car. I feel like is one of her most famous, but it's not my favorite. I forget my favorite one.
My favorite her is her acapella.
Give me one reason to stay here, something like that. Yeah.
Oh shit! You want to play that? No, I'm not gonna.
Oh shit!
No,
not right now. No, but like
no.
Yeah.
My favorite is "Last night I heard the screaming, loud voices behind the wall."
Is this another sexual song?
Another sleepless night for me. You wouldn't do no good to call the police.
Oh, damn.
Only coming back.
Oh, shit. Let her out. Let that out, Colin. I like it.
I don't think I know that one. What's the name of it?
Last night I heard the screaming, loud voices
Oh
behind
shit!
the
Is this
wall.
about your parents?
Prayed that I was dreaming when the ambulance came to, and the police
I like that, Colin.
Will
It's
the
good, man.
crowd disperse? We could also use some sleep. It's not a
Nice one, Colin. Nice one.
There is no instruments in this song at all. It's just an acapella about domestic violence that she heard behind the wall.
Yeah, Kevin, what do you think about new age music here?
Well,
What band do you like?
I'll be honest. I really like. I'm out of touch with, and I would say that for a lot of my experience with younger music, whatever, was when I had my connection with you, the students, right? And I could, hey, what are you guys listening to? That kind of stuff. And then when I was off for 4 years because of my stroke, I just missed that whole connection of other music. So I don't know of any music that's out there nowadays.
Being in like Argentina, like I'm still stuck listening to the music I used to listen to.
Yeah, well, that's same with me. Yeah.
Are you still
He's motherfucking name my skin from a gang called Brothers with.
Yeah, like I listen to like a lot of rap, but I like country too. I think country is a version of rap that is just for adults instead. Yeah, rap is for kids. Country's for like adults that already seen everything, kind of. You know. And now they're just sad about life. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
But I also like Arctic Monkeys. Like that's like my new band. That's my favorite band. They're
Yeah.
like Oasis. And,
They're a good band.
Yeah. Arctic Monkeys.
And that's my favorite new band.
I was just about to rock out of
I don't
Florida,
know many
Georgia
others,
line.
to be honest.
Florida,
Oh, I
Georgia
know
line.
those guys.
You know, like
Yeah, shit.
maybe a song you make me want to roll my windows down.
Oh shit! Another song. Another one. Yeah, we got hits after hits with Colin.
Hit after hits.
Yeah, when I first saw Teeny Top on her, she's popping right out.
That
South
actually-
Georgia water. Roll right up and just
Have in my truck and say,
Oh,
fire it
Let's
up.
go get
Let's
this
go get
fucking
this thing
stuff.
stuck.
oh shit! We're about to have a duet.
That's it.
Let's go, Sonny and Jared. Sonny and Jared.
Black
Florida,
rose,
Georgia
rose,
line,
hot
no.
signs,
That really is
Now,
the
you know
band.
what? I'm going to ask you a question, Colin. Are you guys familiar with, you guys were talking about the bar industry and stuff, and it made me think of this story before. That, and this is before my stroke, so it was, a few years ago, but I had a guy that came up to me at a gig
Yeah.
and said, I'm hearing you play tunes and stuff like that, like your the cover tunes that you do. Are you aware that we are trying to, in Canada, create a formula through SoCan Music that any band that plays cover tunes, you need to pay, like, so we played 3 Tragically Hip tunes, so you got to pay the Tragically Hip $15, or the bar has to pay the Tragically Hip $15 for live entertainment. And I'm like, so it's one thing that you want money. I get it, because the Hip need more money apparently, but I mean, I get why they want to do that, for proper distribution of songs. And around the same time as well, bars, a bar can't have like back in the day, 15 years ago, bars would have like CD players and they'd play whatever music they wanted to play. They can't have that anymore in bars, because you have to follow, it has to be you played 5 Tragically Hip songs, so the Tragically Hip then get $20 in the night from that bar. You just pay SoCan and we'll distribute it accordingly. But because the bar is busy, because you're playing Tragically Hip songs, so the Tragically Hip should make some money, because the bar is making money, the band's making money, and the only people that aren't making any money are the Tragically Hip.
I want to thank Lars Aldrich for that.
You're right. You're right.
I think that the band that's completely bases their whole name like Practically Hip.
Yeah.
They should do that. They should have to do that.
They do.
But a band that just sings like 3 songs or 1 song.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I think that's unfair. I think that's free marketing for the band.
So
that's just me.
Well, and you're right, Joe.
Yeah.
But what if the band really sucked playing that song?
Yeah.
What if I
but
sing
that-
it
but
better
that's-
than they do?
But that's the
Right. Well,
problem.
no, seriously. What if the band sucked, and now all of a sudden you hate the Tragically Hip because you heard a band do a song and it
That's
was
the
terrible,
problem.
so I don't like that band anymore. Like
that's a
now
negative-
as a musician, you go, well, maybe I should
No,
get a little
that's-
cut of that.
That's a negative way of looking at it, because it's like when they hear that shitty version of it and then they put on your CD, they'll be like, oh shit, it's not that bad, And then their expectations are so low that when they hear it, it blows their expectations away the next time they hear it.
Yeah.
So-
you make a great point. Absolutely.
There's a brewing company in Canada.
I think a lot of that free, when you put out art, it's you kind of get greedy with the making money aspect of it sometimes, And that's where all this comes
Well,
from.
and I agree with you, Joe. You do get a little greedy
100%,
making money from it because you see where other people are making money off a song you wrote.
Yeah, exactly. And that you should kind of, if you already made your lump of change, kind of like the whole like Kanye West making another song into his own song. Oh, he's gone. But you should, well, I don't know. I'm not going to finish that thought.
But anyways, there's a brewing
Anyways.
company. There's a brewing company
Carry
in
on.
Canada. There's a brewing company in Canada that had a beer, and it was called the 100th Meridian beer. right?
Damn.
And the hip, after Gord died, the hip sued him.
Oh my God, that's terrible. That's terrible. I think that shouldn't be allowed.
The hip lost the case because the 100
Of course they did.
The 100
It's a word.
is on the map.
Whatever happened to all the people that you would hear way back in the day that would be like sued by like because they downloaded from Napster and stuff. Like,
remember that?
Mega download and yeah.
I remember like you'd go if you got caught with burnt DVDs, you'd go to jail.
Well, you get a fine.
No, you'd go to jail for stealing if you were distributing.
I got a fine.
Yeah.
I got a fine.
No, but you weren't distributing them.
I had it in my car. And I got a fine.
Yeah.
It was $52.
I never got any fine.
OG days of stealing music from the internet.
Yeah, remember that when Napster, Aaron, remember that when Napster blew the scene? Everybody's like, oh shit. And then when the FBI, whoever you want to call, shut that shit down, you're like, oh man. You know, it was such a letdown. Like, finally,
that was a good run.
Because it's like this.
Timberlake, eh?
No, Aaron, because it's like this. You buy your favorite artist stuff, but you still want to listen to other people's that you don't want to buy. You know? It's true though. It's like you still want to see what's going on, and it's like that's why it's like nice to go out to bars or listen to a cover band or like a top 40 band. It's because you listen to songs that you necessarily don't listen to. You know?
Is it yeah, I know what you mean. Is it the same here where here in the bars they have they have, it's not a jukebox, but it's like, I forget the name of it, but you can have an app on your phone and you pay and you can like put music into play.
Yeah. I don't know what that is now.
Yeah, like here in the States, like and you just put money in on the app and it connects and it's in like all the bars.
That's
here.
crazy.
And you
yes, I know that. I know what you're talking about now. Yes. My mom when my mom had a bar, she had that. It's like it's screen.
And I haven't seen it. I mean, when I was traveling, it was before like internet went crazy. But like, I don't remember having that in any places in Japan. I've only seen it here in the States.
You know what? I think
mad money.
I think when Kevin was talking about the bands playing the songs and they have to pay the bands, I think that's complete bullshit. It's like if you buy a painting and you have a fucking place to show it off, you're allowed to do whatever the hell you want with that, no?
Okay.
It's crazy that people are allowed to charge for stuff.
Let me explain something.
After they bought it.
Paul McCartney, okay, he wrote a lot of the Beatles songs, okay?
Yeah.
And when he had to play those songs in public, he had to pay Michael Jackson royalties.
Well, he didn't have to pay him. You're acting like he had to pay it out of his own pocket. He got those royalties.
No. He didn't have to pay it out of his own pocket, but he had to pay those royalties.
But no, that's called having your own rights to your music. But that's not the same as doing a cover band. The cover band is making $100 a night.
Yeah,
you're taking money from that guy.
I get what you're saying.
Give me a break.
Here's my
give me a break. Yeah, give me a break. That's not.
So Michael Jackson owned the Beatles catalog, right? Yes. 4 months before he died, 6 months before he died, he left the catalog to Paul McCartney in his will.
Yeah.
And then he died. I think Paul McCartney killed him.
Are you serious? No.
No, I'm kidding. Of course, I'm kidding.
Did you guys know that Betty White died?
Yes, we did.
We didn't talk about that yet.
Did you go over that already? No. That's crazy.
No, we were supposed to talk about it. We didn't talk about it.
One of my comical.
2 weeks before her birthday.
One of my comedian. Oh Jesus! I'll do it. One of my comedian comical thing. Change us so we're on the bottom, Joe. I don't know how to do that. Here we go. One of my comical inspirations was Betty White.
Damn, you date way back.
Seriously, a lot of a lot of women inspired me to be comedians because
Ellen was pretty good too. Back in the day.
She was my first, very, very first female inspiration besides Phyllis Diller. But I used to watch a lot of old movies with my mom, so that's where I'm getting the Bob Hope and the Phyllis Diller stuff. I know
dude, the women on SNL kill it, man.
No, I'm serious. They do.
Tina Fey,
Dude, the first time I saw Betty White was on the Mary Tyler Moore show, and I'm a huge fan of. I mean, even Mr. McLean will testify to this. To what's her name? There, you know, oh, what the hell's her name? Harvey Korman was on the show. Tim Conway.
What's the name of the show?
I'm trying to think of her name, man. I can't think of her name. Carol Burnett. Sorry, the Carol Burnett show. You know what I mean? Like,
it's her name, so it's hard to remember the show.
A lot of inspiration from that show. I mean, Harvey Korman, Tim Conway. Yeah, even Betty White was on that show. You know
dude, I miss Three's Company, man. I used to watch Deja Vu just for Three's Company, man.
I used to run home from school and watch Three's Company.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
The porn music in the beginning.
Mr. Roper.
What was
coming knocking at your take a step at it.
Same channel that like Robin Williams was on.
Mork and Mindy?
Yeah, that must have been it. Yeah.
Yeah, Mork and Mindy, yeah. Mork and Mindy, Mork from Mork or whatever. Yeah, that's pretty good. My favorite show of all time is, because my grandpa and grandma look like him, is All in the Family. That my grandma and grandpa look like, they're Croatian, so they're foreigners. They look like Archie and Edith.
I'm going to give you my best.
But it's, okay, hold on, Colin. We'll get to you. Jesus. Jesus. Okay, you can go, Colin. I'll wait for you. Go ahead.
Okay, my favorite episode was when hold on, let me when they went to California to visit Meathead and Gloria, and you know she's out on the balcony, Edith, right, and she's like, "Oh, Gloria, all your friends must be poor," and she's like, "Why, Ma?" She goes, "'Cause they're all sharing the same cigarette over there." And he's like, "Get your fucking mother from the real world over there."
Because it was a joint?
You know, it was the best. Yeah, they were smoking a joint. They're all sharing the same cigarette over there.
Oh, man. Yeah. All in the Family was such a good, ahead of its time show, man. You could never have that show on TV nowadays, I don't think.
Okay, I just want everybody to know, yes, I know I'm acting like an idiot. Sorry.
No, you're not. You're not, man. You're normal, man. You're cool.
Hey, it's 2022. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Hey, dude.
Tell that to the woman back there behind the piano. Your head popping up.
I noticed that piano back there. You play piano?
Oh yeah, I love piano.
Yeah,
that's not a real piano. That's not a real. No. Here, let me show Mr.
That's
tickle those items a little bit, Colin.
That's Liberace's piano. He's at Liberace's house, I think, right now.
The motto for 2022.
See?
Yeah, it's fake.
See? That's my canoe. That's actually my canoe and my fishing.
Hey, Colin, tell them about the time you were at Liberace's house. Is it? Later, man.
Oh, the time I was at Liberace's house, it was more like this. Hold on, let me see. Let me show you. Hold on. It was more like this, right? But hold on. I was underneath the piano right here.
Oh shoot.
You were underneath the piano, Joe?
No, I was
not you, Colin. Sorry, Colin.
Yeah.
What were you doing?
I was never at that man.
And he had mentioned that my strokes were very good, my key strokes. And he had mentioned that less teeth.
Less teeth. That's why you have dentures now, I think, right?
No, that's one missing tooth because of it.
Yeah, that's all right, man. You're a good guy, you know that?
He knocked out my tooth with his penis.
As long as you're happy with yourself, you know, and you have stories to tell your grandchildren.
Oh no, I'm quite embarrassed. I'm quite embarrassed by it, but I don't give a shit. So
yeah.
And due to
Aaron, how about you? Do you like?
What does that say?
I can't. McGinnis?
Yeah, McGinnis. Yeah, he's on one.
Creme de banana. So you know what?
The cream of banana, of course. Colin.
And because of the creme de banana, look at this.
Of course. Can you bring your plate? Oh,
yes.
So more of my cooking.
So it's
Yay.
chocolate banana. You guys can imagine. what I'm into.
Hey, Mr. McLean, what do you think of this podcast stuff?
He thinks
What do you think of it?
Well, I was going to ask you about that. I think it's awesome that you're doing doing this.
Yeah.
My daughter has asked about wanting to do a podcast, so I'm curious what type of.
Tell her not to do this one.
Like.
We're gonna mute Colin for a second.
What stuff do you need to have to do a podcast? Like I know you got a microphone.
Yeah. All I got is I started out with honestly like almost nothing, I just started off with a computer, and then I kind of eventually worked my way up to getting a microphone, and then everything else that comes.
Congrats, by the way, because I wasn't around when you hit 1K, but you're like 1.5 or something now. Congrats, man.
Yeah, I'm trying.
What kind of interface do you have, sir?
Thank you.
Yeah, you're doing a really good job with it, Joe.
Yeah, thanks, man. Colin,
considering I thought you were going nowhere from high school. I'm just kidding.
Dude.
I'm totally kidding, Joe.
What kind of interface do you have, Mr. McLean?
I knew you'd be doing something good with yourself.
He can't hear me. Am I muted?
No, Colin, it's because you are maybe a little bit chatty too much.
It's like gosh, man. Like I didn't think
I'm just
you were
asking what kind of
make
interface
it, you know.
Yeah.
But
no, but he's trying to tell a funny joke, and you're like, hey,
no, I'm not actually trying to tell a funny joke.
I'm not talking about you. It's not about you. I'm talking about him.
Oh, okay.
Squirrel.
Yes.
Squirrel.
Jesus. Oh man. Yeah, it's getting Colin. It's okay, Colin, man. But so he threw me off.
After the 3-hour points on a podcast, you start to feel drunk, even if you're not.
No, but
yeah, he is. Yeah, it's the first time he's drank, so it's been an experience, you know.
For a long time.
So this is the first time you've ever drank on one of the podcasts?
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't drink. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
let's hear.
So
it.
it's
Good for you. You're doing it with Joe.
I apologize.
Yeah, he did.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't do it with anybody else. Even
Nice. I like that. And I'm doing it with you guys, and I wouldn't do it with anyone else either.
You know what?
Well,
Thanks, man.
yes, I would. But
And look at
homosexuality. I wouldn't
and I'm
do
doing
it
water, eh? I'm on the
Joe
water
has
right
opened me
now.
up. Joe has opened me up to homosexuality. I mean, I play a homo on the podcast.
That's okay. You take it well, man. You take it well.
I know.
Is it virtual homosexuality?
Yes, you're right, 100%. But anyways, can I ask Mr. McLean a question?
Oh shit! Here we go, Colin. Aaron was just talking.
Yeah, I know. So
I said, is virtual homosexuality a new gender now too, as well?
I think so.
We have to add it to the list of
LGBTQ
that you can get canceled by.
AV. Yeah. Virtual reality.
Mr. McLean, I have an M audio interface.
Yes.
Okay. What kind of interface do you have?
Yes, Colin. Thanks for
Hang on a
putting your
second.
hand
Let me
up.
get this on.
This is my toy.
Yeah, this is my
Bigger
toy.
than your toy?
Let me see the
I'm
plug
just
holes.
trying to ask a serious question here. This is how the show goes. Colin is a joke. Everybody else is cool. But
Okay,
when you
go ahead,
have
Colin.
your interface, what kind of interface
Yes.
do you have?
I have a couple of different ones. Like I was telling that story about it kind of got ripped off, but I had a PreSonus
Thanks, Joe.
interface. Sorry?
Yeah.
I was blaming Joe for your show.
I had a PreSonus interface, and then
Awesome.
lost it. And then I had another PreSonus one, like an 8-channel one. Now I just have an M box, like a 2-channel N box.
That works perfect for podcasts, man.
Does it?
Oh yeah. I mean, look at me. I have a 2-channel M audio, right?
Right.
And here's my monitor speakers. Here's my microphone XLR, right?
Yeah.
And there is my guitar, my headphones, and my guitar input.
And there you go. You're done.
Nice.
And you're done.
That's it, man. You got it.
You know what I mean? And you can do a podcast. You don't even need the guitar input.
It's,
I don't even know
it's
I
a
have.
beautiful interface, man.
It
You
is.
know what? You wish you were interface, buddy.
No, but yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, just Kevin, just get your Just get her mic, a laptop, and some internet, man, and you're ready to go in some headphones.
She's got all of those things.
Yeah, then she's set, man.
That's good to know.
Yeah, it's good. It's the procrastination. You know, the should I do it now? Oh, no, I'll wait till I have something. That's the type of stuff that holds you back. You just got to do it. Nobody's gonna care at the beginning. Nobody's gonna care, and then sooner or later, maybe they'll come around. You know,
everyone's gonna care.
Yeah, that's it, man. Hopefully, that's the goal.
I'm so glad you're here.
If you don't mind me asking you, Joe.
By the way, just want to say I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah, me too.
It's awesome.
Nice
Go
to
ahead.
catch up.
Go
Actually,
ahead,
I wanted to ask you guys before you start completely cutting it off, like I'm sorry because I came in a little bit later, so I don't know if I missed, but how was your New Year's? You guys feel any shift in energy? Like, are you excited for 2022?
Joe, you have to listen to Erin. See, she's asking good questions.
Erin, you and I can talk about it. Erin, you and I can talk about energy because we know what we're talking about empathically.
Oh, shit. Here we go, Colin. Yeah, it's about Colin today.
No.
Yeah.
It's about
Show
what
with
you don't
Colin.
understand. What she's talking about is what you don't understand, Joe. I'm just saying.
Okay, Colin. Yeah, Colin, I understand energy. You know,
I'm serious. I felt a shift in
You just cut me off. Did you see him
like,
cut me off? No, I'm
Just even in the past
kidding, Joe.
day or two, or I don't know. It's like I'm excited. Like I just have hope. Like I'm like, God damn, fuck 2020, fuck 2021. Not as hard, but kind of. And then I'm like, all right, 2022, come on, baby, come on.
Yeah.
Like, roll my dice. Like,
I'm gonna say.
I think you're one of many millions of people that are feeling that way right now, Erin.
right? It's like,
I think
come
so.
on. We need
2021 was my best year of my life, so 2022
You know,
is gonna be a breeze.
That's awesome.
I'll be honest. For me, with the COVID going on, I didn't mind the COVID. I didn't mind
neither.
staying at home, being stuck at home. My surroundings were my girlfriend, my daughter, my ex-wife in the drop off, and that was it. And we hung out.
Well, look at I traveled all of Argentina in 2021.
Wow,
So
good for you, bud.
No, you
So
gotta
it's
watch
like
the videos. They're awesome.
I've been I'm going to Ushuaia. It's the end of the world. It's like the last, like the most southern.
Are you going there to sell drugs to them all?
Yeah, hey, I'm just going there.
They're already established there.
Well, but I agree with that there's been amazing things that have come out of the past 2 years, but it's just not been like the path has sucked to get there. There's been highs as well. Do
you guys, and I'll ask this to all of you guys, this question, do you think that the COVID was sort of the world telling humans to slow the F down?
Yeah.
No, I think that it was.
I think it slowed down, take it easy.
It was made in a lab and it got leaked, and they're like, "Oops."
Hi, buddy.
Enzo.
Hi, handsome.
The real star of the show.
Hi.
Handsome. Happy New Year.
Hi,
Enzo.
He's like, what's going on?
Hi, Enzo.
I love your hair.
He's got great hair.
I love your
amigo.
hair, man.
He's going to be a bilingual child. Do you believe that? He's going to be a bilingual child. That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Try Croatian, Spanish, English.
Oh, trilingual.
Wow.
See, I'm trisexual because I'll try anything.
I like that face that's like,
Yeah,
what
this guy's a
color do
beauty.
you want?
Yeah.
I think it's
and if you go back and you can see like pictures of Bunjo when he was a baby, you see some similarities. But
no,
this
he looks
baby's
like
way cuter.
He looks like his mother right now. That's for sure.
Yeah, she.
Hey,
And you know what?
there you go.
Mickey's an amazing woman. She's so smart. Oh my God, she's so smart.
Cutie.
You tell her that. Tell her I just said that.
She's not that smart. She's with Joe.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
All joking
I'm just
aside.
kidding, Joe.
I know you are, but all joking aside, you know what I mean? Like Joe's a great kid.
I know he's a great kid. I'm only kidding. I'm just trying to be funny.
Yeah.
You know, and the only way
you
I
guys
know
had
that
babies.
is because a person like Mickey likes him. So I'm like, okay, I'm not even going to question anything else.
Yes.
She's got to know what she's talking about.
So you guys had
Well,
babies.
obviously, she likes to get her drugs cheap.
Yeah. She just needs to. Hey, we're business partners, man. We're business partners.
This is your teacher.
No, but hey,
I taught Joe 20 years ago.
Geography.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, we're grown-ups now.
Geography.
Dude,
got
you gotta
it.
take this thing down before Mr. McLean gets fired.
Yeah, no kidding.
How do you think I learned the flight patterns from this guy? What countries to go through are the best? This guy.
And you learned that north was not this way.
No,
Yeah.
it's actually
That's not north.
actually this way.
Success.
Yeah,
That
that's
way.
not north. Yeah,
North
No,
is
it
not
is.
up.
If
Yeah,
I'm standing
damn.
here right now, that's north, actually.
No, he's
I know, but
actually
it's
good.
not this. It's not this way directly.
It's not up. No, that's
No.
space.
Hey,
Never
Kevin.
slime
I used to
out.
tell
Word.
students all the time that you'll be in a bar one night and you'll be macking up a lady or you'll be macking up a guy or whatever, and you're gonna say that north is this way, and they're gonna laugh at you, and they're gonna not want to talk to you. And then I had a kid put up his hand. He goes, "Why would I ever bring up that conversation in a bar?" And I'm like, "Okay, well, you make a good point. Why would you?" But the point is if it ever comes up, you're gonna look like an idiot if you think north is this way.
Remember
Kevin,
we were
you
talking
remember
about trickle down?
my buddy I used to hang out with in Delta? His name was Brian Graham. He ended up passing away a couple years back.
Oh, I didn't know that.
All right.
Yeah, he went to Scott. I think his brother Rich Graham went to Scott Park.
Yeah, I remember the name for sure. How did he pass away?
Well, he got schizophrenia, and then he went to a mental institution, and he OD'd off drug. Ended up, it was a big mess. I used to be like best friends with him in high school too, and it was like, and then he went his own way, you know.
Yeah, yeah. As we all do when you go through high school.
Yeah, and then once you leave high school, you're probably usually only friends with like the same maybe five people from high school.
Yeah.
And that's it. And it's like, and when I found that out, I was like, God damn, that's crazy, man.
That is too. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
That's crazy.
Did you guys in like when you're in elementary and you were learning north, east, southwest? Did you guys have never eat slimy worms as the?
No.
Never eat shredded wheat.
Yeah, never eat shredded wheat.
We used to. Well,
Never
that's
eat
like
slimy
in
worms.
elementary
That's
school.
wild.
That's what my teacher taught me to remember the north.
Was he Mr.
East,
Bates by any
southwest.
chance?
The only
Did you
Like,
ever think that
the
north was
anagram,
this
like,
way though?
Never eat
Yeah.
slimy worms. So
the only
like,
thing I
You didn't go never
North, south.
eat. Like you didn't do that.
Slimy.
Shredded is not, or slimy is not down.
the only
It's
thing I
like-
remember from elementary school is every
what do
good
you have
boy
against
deserves
shredded
fudge.
meat?
Every good boy deserves fudge.
Slimy is never down. Don't go
Every
down.
good boy deserves fudge.
Slimy is not, I never realized I said it like that. I wasn't even trying. I just meant it like south is never down.
Yeah, it's like if it's like, sorry, Enzo.
Sorry.
He's looking at me like, Daddy.
You okay?
I don't know, but I gotta call it quits.
I have to go and drive my daughter back to her mom's right now. So
It was
Yeah.
great.
it was
catch
very
up
nice
with
to meet
guys.
you, Aaron, and very nice to meet you, Colin, as well, buddy. And I would
Sure.
and
We're
Joe,
gonna be
I
in touch.
love
We'll talk.
hanging out with you.
Yeah,
I will
we'll
talk
talk.
to you any time of the day, anytime you want to talk. I will talk.
Mr. McLean, you and I will
Let's
be
go,
in
man.
touch. We'll
Let's be in touch for
Ooh,
sure, Colin.
in
I would
touch.
I-
Jeez,
I
that's
think
dirty.
not like that, Joe. I think we're gonna collaborate good musically, and
It sounds good. I
Yeah.
love
really
it.
want to.
Colin, stop treating
love
us
it.
like freaking Tinder, bro.
Dude, he's gonna be a part of White Hills. He's gonna be a part of White Hills. Be quiet.
Well, he's
Wait.
taking my spot. I don't have any music like talent.
You have.
Hey, but you just got that. You got the mantra to be around. Like everyone wants to be around you, Joe.
I'll be the
Joseph
hype
has
man.
the
Can I be
lyrical-
You'll be the hype man. You'll be the hype man.
Joseph is a lyrical genius. He's a lyrical
Oh,
genius.
yeah,
There you go.
So
All
we
right.
will write the
Happy
lyrics
New Year,
and we'll
you
play
all.
the song.
Happy
Aaron,
New Year,
we're
you
gonna-
too. I gotta go too. Happy New Year, Joe. Happy New Year,
Love
Colin.
you.
Happy New Year, Aaron.
Peace.
Happy New Year.
Great
Adios.
seeing you guys. Thank you.
Take care,
Yes.
man.
Yeah, thanks for coming on Big Ten. And we
Great.
are done. Adios.